What's going on, my peoples? This your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there strolling below the screen. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building, and make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. Oh yeah, people, I gotta take this down. I gotta renew my my Cash App. So the Cash App is down, people, until I fix it. Something went wrong about the card I got or something. Something went crazy with that, but I gotta go fix that. So shout out to the people that was donating to the channel. It didn't go through, so your money went back straight to your account or whatever. But hopefully y'all go back and donate once I get the thing fixed. Yeah, people. But I gotta fix that real quick. I just been having a lot of shit on my plate too, you know. Got some shit going on with my aunt funeral and shit. These motherfuckers, they acting crazy, and I just don't want to get involved in that shit. So that shit is like fucking with me a little bit. But and then, you know, we had the Trump shit happened, and we gonna talk more about that in the next live stream. I ain't gonna do too much about that shit. I know it's a lot of people feel a certain type of way, but we'll get more into that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got other shit that I'm dealing with. I mean, I understand the Trump shit. It is what it is, but we'll get into that. We'll have a real deep conversation about that. But right now, I just want to talk a little boxing, keep my spirit a little higher, right? But anyway, so Keyshawn Davis, the boxer. If you ain't a big boxing fan, you don't know who the fuck he is. Let's just be real. But he decided to jump out of his skin and talk real grimy. And I just want to make this very clear to this Devin Haney dude, right? She whatever his name is. He got a Muslim name. Listen, bro, the dick riding that you have for the anti-hate. I mean, the hate that you have for Tank Davis, it shows you know that, right? Because I'm gonna put you in your place and I'm gonna catch you in lies because you're lying to your audience, right? But let's talk about Keyshawn. Keyshawn decides to jump outside his body. He got a fight coming up on Friday. You ain't even fighting on a Saturday. That's when the real fighters actually really fight on Saturdays. The motherfuckers that, you know what I mean? You fighting on a Friday, bro. But anyway, let's move on. I mean, let's get into this. Let's listen to what Keyshawn Davis said about Tank Davis.
So Gervonta Davis came out blasting Keyshawn Davis for wanting to fight him and stating that his team is praying that he moves up to 140 so Tank doesn't have to fight him. Here is exactly what Keyshawn had to say. Check it out.
Everybody want me to ask this, kid. Are you gonna stop Tank Davis? They want to see you and Tank Davis. I gotta be honest.
What?
Davis versus Davis. Just want to see that, bro.
Man, that's up to Tank. Dude, Tank want to see it for himself.
First of all, time out. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, nobody don't. And I'm gonna tell you the real reason why. If you're not a real true boxing fan, right? Because listen, the boxing community of people that really fuck with boxing is not a very real high percentage. It's probably about 60%, right? The rest of the 40 is casual fans. It's probably some fans that actually keep up on boxing a little bit, but that's not their main. You get what I mean? It's not their main sport that they really pay attention to on a consistent basis, right? And then you just got casual fans, like, you know, they want to be a part of something. They hear about it. It's a hearsay shit, how big or who this person is, this fighter is, or whatever, or this event. So, no. Right? Nobody really wants to see this fight. And I'm going to tell you the real reason why. Keyshawn Davis has 11 fights. He's only been a pro for 11 fights. Got a good resume as far as his amateur background. Ain't gonna take nothing away from that. But as a pro fighter, you have 11 fights, bro. You're nobody in the sport. You have never fought on pay-per-view. You fighting on Fridays. And you ain't fought nobody, really. They're grooming you over there at ESPN to build you up to be a household name and a brand. You're just coming up. You're not even in the same facility as Tank Davis. You don't even deserve to be in the boxing gym with him. And what I mean by that is, Tank sparred him a couple of years ago. He praised Tank. He gave Tank the respect that he's supposed to give Tank. He said that Tank told him, he told the dude that was interviewing him, said that Tank made me change my game plan up because I had to really focus on my defense. I got good defense, but I'm like Tank. I like to go forward and throw them hammers. So what he meant by that is that Tank was hitting him with fucking shots. And he got caught with one or two of them, he really said, that really affected him, and it made his ass get more defensive. So we know you're not on that level. But you don't even deserve to be in the gym with Tank right now. You got 11 fights. You haven't fought nobody really like that. You just fought one of Tank Davis' first guys he fought for a championship. Pedraza or some shit. He's old as fuck now. Right? And you're just not on that level. You just sold out your little event and sold 10,000 tickets. Bravo, bro. Tank do that in his sleep. See, you may feel that you got the boxing skills to fuck with Tank. The reality is, you may or you may not. Right? It's very much more a high percentage that you don't have the talent or the skills to fuck with Tank. Very highly. Okay? Number 2, you don't sell, bruh. These niggas that keep calling out Tank, I don't give a fuck how long they been in the sport. I don't give a fuck if they up and coming fighters or whoever they is, like Keyshawn Davis. Y'all don't sell. So the Tank is in a position right now, right? He's a prize fighter. You niggas are coming up to try to be a prize fighter. You're not on his level. Sorry to tell you niggas that. You up and coming Floyd Schofield, whatever the fuck his name is, you got exposed the other day. You guys are up and coming. You don't sell nothing. How you gonna call out a nigga that you ain't on his level? Financially, you are not in. You should. Why would they even have a conversation about offering you any contract? See, this is the when you get to a certain level where like Tank and Canelo and Earl and a lot of them guys and even Terrence Crawford, them niggas is on a different level, bro. They gonna sell out arenas. They gonna do that regardless. You niggas are iffy if you can do that. You are iffy. You're not on those levels, bro. You're not on a Tank Davis level. Financially, you're not there. I don't like to bring that money part up in there because you're not on that level. We all know that. Now, you're talking about boxing skills. Really? Keyshawn, what you like, 20, 22, 23, 24, maybe? Listen, bro. When Tank was in his 11th fight, he was on a different level than you are on right now at 11 fights. And I know people want to go, well, you know he was with Floyd. That's not his fault. Floyd seen something in him, and he got him. All them fighters that keep calling out, taking all them, they run from Floyd. And mainly is because, no lie to you, Floyd brings this shit on himself a little bit. He wants to be still in the spotlight instead of promoting them fighters like that. Like he's supposed to. Right? But listen. Tank was built in the sport of boxing the right way. These fighters, these up-and-coming fighters, these niggas that was supposed to be on Tank level, right? They are not built the right way. They're not getting built the right way. So that's why you see these niggas, they can't sell, they ain't getting a fight, they ain't getting a fight with Tank like they supposed to because they're nobodies. You know who Tank would have been fighting? He would have been fighting Frank Martin. He wouldn't have fought Frank. You know who he was supposed to be fighting? Devin Haney. You know what happened? He did what Keyshawn Davis is doing and trying to do. It's like I said, it's a bad move. Devin Haney had one thing to do. I don't give a fuck if Ryan Garcia was on steroids or not. You got exposed. Because we knew you didn't have a chin. We knew you didn't have the greatest boxing skills like everybody kept trying to boost you up and pop you up. Just like this goofy ass nigga right here. Listen, you had one job. You ain't had to knock Ryan out. You just could have outboxed him and smarted him. You chose not to do that. And I believe you probably could have outboxed Ryan. Because he was out of shape. He was out of shape. Ryan Garcia don't have boxing skills. He just got speed and power. He don't have the greatest footwork. You had one job. To outbox the shit out of Ryan Garcia. You didn't have to try to knock him out. And I guarantee you, if you would have beat Ryan Garcia, I guarantee you Devin Haney most likely have been fighting Tank instead of Frank Martin. So I don't want to hear about Devin Haney. Devin Haney got to come back and prove that he still got it. So I don't even want to hear about the Tank Devin fight. That ain't. It is what it is. That shit happened later. Nobody cares. Okay? Shakur, we already know he ran scared. I heard some of these stupid Devin Haney hate Tank train and shit. And they're talking about, oh, well, all Tank had to do was send him a contract. First of all, and then I heard one they say, niggas can't keep waiting around for Tank. They not, why not? If you really want to, nigga, I'm waiting for Tank. I want to fight you. I'm coming over there to the PBC. That's all he had to do. He chose not to wait. He went over there. He listened to Eddie Hearn, whatever. You didn't wait on Tank. So your dumb ass ran away from the fight, and I don't care what nobody say, Shakur ducked him. Now, you couldn't wait till Tank came back from the Olympics? And then say, you know what? I ain't hearing nothing from Tank. You know what I'm getting ready to do? I'm getting ready to go holler at Al Heyman and them. Al, look, man. I want this fight with Tank. What I gotta do? Do I gotta sign with y'all for 2 fights to get this fight with Tank? I want this fight. I want to fight Tank, and if I win, he get his rematch or whatever, and then we debate on the third fight. That'd be a whole nother thing. It's like, yo, but these dudes will go over there and to these other dudes and fight nobodies, and they all blame Tank. They go over there to these other promoters and be over there for like 3 years fighting nobodies. But Tank ain't fighting nobody. They ain't fighting nobody. Who the fuck is Shakur fighting? Who the fuck is Keyshawn Davis is fighting? Nobody's. Teofimo Lopez ain't fighting nobody. Devin Haney ain't look like he ain't fighting the rest of the year. What are y'all talking about, man? You can't keep asking Tank to send these niggas contracts. Nigga, if you really want to fight Tank, nigga, push up on Tank. Go over there at the PBC and get that fight. And be respectful with it. Nobody gonna give you a fucking fight. You disrespecting them. It's gonna be your biggest payday. He ain't your friend. The fuck out of here, man. Tank don't owe these niggas nothing. Tank in a position where he can fight whoever the fuck he want to fight. Not these niggas. They got to fight who their promoter tell him to fight. You know why Tank is fighting Lamont Roach? It's because it was like his 4th or 5th choice. Maybe 6th choice. His last choice. Tank ain't, his promoter, Allen them, any of his promotion, they ain't telling Tank, look, Tank, you got to take this fight. They ain't telling Tank that. That's the difference between Tank and the rest of you niggas. That's the difference. Tank fight who he want to fight. And it ain't Tank's fault if niggas don't want to fight now. When he got the power to say who he want to fight. And his promotional people like, Tank, you do you who you want. Only thing about the people that's around Tank that tells Tank, we gonna make sure this money right though. That's the only time they step in with Tank. The money gotta be right, Tank. But they don't tell Tank who to fight. He's not under Floyd Mayweather anymore. So you niggas can keep lying, saying, "Oh, Tank ain't trying to fight nobody. He don't," and then lie and say he haven't fought nobody. That's a whole nother discussion. But you say, "Oh, he don't want to fight these dudes." Devin Haney don't want to fight. Financially, it don't make any sense right now for him coming off this shit with Ryan Garcia. Lomachenko didn't want to fight him. Shakur Stevenson didn't want to wait, so he didn't want to fight him. Pitbull Cruz had a fight coming up, and he lost. So the money don't make sense anymore. Because this is a business. Then the dude that beat Pitbull said, fuck that. I want my rematch. So he couldn't fight Tank. I don't think he ducked Tank, but he said, fuck that. Pitbull said, fuck that. I want my rematch. He had to give him that. So now, all these people that y'all say Tank scared to fight, don't want to fight, he can't fight them, broke it down simple, or why he couldn't fight these dudes. Who else he supposed to fight? Keyshawn Davis? 11 fights? The business don't make sense. If Tank fight him, Tank is going to have to lowball him. Do Keyshawn really want to get lowballed? Because you ain't going to get no money, bro. I mean, you're going to see the most money you ever seen, but you're not going to get the most, you're not going to get the money that you're supposed to get because your resume and who you are as popularity doesn't match some shit that you're supposed to get. Even he's going to see way more money than he ever seen. He still don't deserve that money. But just fighting Tank, you're going to see more money than you ever made. No, Keyshawn ain't ready. And I'm just talking about him ain't fought no fucking body, and he only got 11 fights. And let's be real. Right? When you putting two black fighters to fight each other, they almost got the same fan base, but it's just that Tank is just bigger. So he helps a fight that's really, if he wasn't who he was, it probably wouldn't really sell like that. But by him being who he is, he made the Frank Martin fight be bigger than what it was. Then you had Earl Spence behind some of that shit too, so that helped. Because it was his fighter. So, and Frank had a little name. You think Keyshawn Davis have a bigger name than Frank Martin? Fuck no. I don't even think Keyshawn Davis been in a ring with somebody like Frank Martin. Not no 11 fights. And I'm gonna keep saying this. They keep saying, who Tank for? Who the fuck is these niggas fighting? Who they been fighting? Their resume ain't like that. If Tank resume ain't like that, their resume definitely ain't like that. And you notice something? Tank don't have this big resume like that, right? He fighting nobodies. But he still outselling you niggas. Tell me how that work. If he ain't fighting nobody. We dealing with a bunch of goof troops. That's all it is. These niggas hating because they ain't getting the shine Tank gets. And that shit shows y'all niggas jealousy and weakness. Then you had these YouTube niggas on here helping y'all hate. It ain't Tank's fault that these niggas don't sell. If Tank ain't fighting nobodies, he's selling. He making more money than them. Way more. Let's move on.
See it for himself.
Yeah, I mean,
anybody a contract, they gonna sign it. Come on, bro.
Of course, I'm signing it.
Bro, outside the bread, bro, like outside of the bread.
First of all, that ain't true. You just lied. Everybody ain't signing. If Tank sent a contract, everybody ain't signing. He tried to negotiate, and these niggas don't even know how negotiations happen. So these little niggas don't know what the fuck going on. Tank tried to negotiate to get a fight with Lomachenko, and it could have happened. Loma got a name. His promoter was down with it. His promoter wanted that payday for Loma. Loma didn't want the payday. He didn't want the fight. For whatever reason y'all want to say he ducked or whatever, he didn't want it. So that ain't true. He was trying to do negotiations with Loma. Loma didn't even want to do negotiations, nigga. He's just like, hey, nigga, I ain't taking some time off of my family. Now you hearing whispers of the nigga want to retire. What do you want Tank to do about that? So now you're lying too. Everybody, you niggas that's up and coming, some of y'all will just, if Tank send you a contract, of course y'all will take it. You know it's about that bread. That's a given. Just like Cigar Talk just said, shit, if Tank sent me a contract, I'd get in the ring with him. Because I know I'm going to get paid. That's a given. But don't be acting like everybody want to get in there and fight Tank. That is a lie. Shakur, listen, I'm going to tell you what happens to a lot of these fighters. When these fights get closer, and closer. When Tank is available and they're available, it's always all these excuses that these niggas come up with. Niggas came up with Blue Blood said this dumbass shit. Come on, he said, oh, he Tank reached out to him or whatever, but he ain't hear nothing back because Tank didn't really want to fight. That is not what happened, bro. Then they made that excuse. Shakur told Eddie Hearn, if it's Tank's talk, we'll fight. Well, all right, if that's the case, all right, you signed with Eddie Hearn. Why didn't you keep pursuing the Tank fight? Why didn't you do that? If Shakur had all this power over there with Eddie Hearn, that's bullshit. It's a lie. He don't got no type of power like that with them promoters like that where he can say some shit like that. You got to be out of the negotiations. Only me and Tank a talk. Like, nigga, no, that's not how that go. You ain't even on a level to do no shit like that. Tank is, but you're not. And if that was the case, he should have said, I don't want to fight nobody. I want to fight Tank. So let me keep pushing for this Tank fight. Let me keep pushing for it. I don't know, Eddie. If he had the power like that, Blue Blood, he should have told Eddie, nah, man, we try to fight Tank. I don't give a fuck what day he want. Tank, keep pushing it. Keep pushing that shit. Tell us people, keep pushing for it. We want that Tank fight. And then you know how you put, if you say Tank's scared to fight, you know how you put that nigga on his back heels? You say, I got my people behind the scenes pushing for this fight. I'm doing my part to let everybody know I got my people behind the scenes pushing for this fight. I think it'll be a great fight. I think I can beat Tank. I want to fight Tank. That's who I want. I signed with Eddie Hearn, but my first fight with Eddie Hearn is I want to fight Tank. That's all he had to do. None of these niggas do that. You know what a lot of these YouTube niggas do? They blame Tank. He taking too long. Niggas, negotiations. This is business too. And you niggas just think that they can just make fights like that. No, nigga. Tank is the A side. That money gotta be right. So his people, that Tank people, gonna make sure that money right. That's what they there for. You niggas that hate on Tank so much, you forget that, and y'all know better than that. That nigga, his team is gonna make sure he get the bag. Tank ain't gonna go in negotiations. His team ain't gonna allow him to go in negotiations in bad faith of not him getting the bag. He's gonna get the most. He's gonna get the biggest bag. Shit is gonna go Tank way. He's not gonna do an Earl Spence with Terrence Crawford. That is not happening with Tank. Tank do not need to fight these niggas that bad to, like that was my only knock against Earl with that whole Terrence Crawford shit. You let this nigga act like he was bigger than you. He wasn't. Tank knows he's bigger than them. His team knows he's bigger than these fighters. Terrence Crawford has never seen a payday like that in his whole career than when he fought Earl Spence Jr. Even after that, he still ain't get that last fight he got. He nowhere close to that. Nowhere. But I guarantee you, Earl gonna get a bag his next fight. Whoever he fight, he gonna get a big bag. He gonna make way more money than Terrence Crawford made in his last fight. How much y'all want to put on that? These niggas be overpricing themselves and trying to, and it's like a motherfuckers, you know how people like live outside their means. These fighters be promoting themselves like they bigger than what they are. They're not. Because behind the scenes when they start talking about that business, you kind of find out these niggas ain't even nowhere on Tank level. Nowhere for asking for the shit that they ask for or they want. I just want the opportunity to fight Tank. You're a liar. You want that bag as well as you may want to fight him. Fuck out of here. Let's move on, man.
And the potential money that can be made, bro. Money that can be made, bro. Like, bro, I will fight that. And I'm coming with that same energy he coming with. He can't do all them shenanigans and all that he be doing. Other people, he can't do that to me.
But I'm just saying, Key, listen.
First of all, if Tank doing shenanigans, so do you, Keyshawn. Show do you. Nigga, you clout chasing right now. You trying to bring attention to your fight. Cool. But let's just say this. Keyshawn, this is all you gotta do, bro. Everybody want to be Rolly Romero. He has the personality for that, and he had the powers to push for that fight with Tank. Tank didn't want to fight Rolly. For what? Floyd Mayweather pushed him to do that fight. People keep not realizing this. He didn't want to fight Rolly the first time when he had to fight Pitbull Cruz. Because, you know, Rolly got in that trouble. He didn't want to fight him then. Floyd pushed that shit. And then Floyd, the Pitbull Cruz shit was just some shit that just happened, right? He stepped in. When they fought Rolly again, the shit built up so much that where Tank didn't really have a choice but to fight him, right? But he still didn't really want to fight him. Tank just, this nigga ain't on my level, man. But come find out, it was a big fight. After that fight with Rolly, even though you didn't see Floyd, he still was under Floyd. You notice after that fight, after Floyd fought, he fought Rolly, that was his last fight of his contract with Floyd, Mayweather Promotions. He fought Hector Garcia, motherfucker. He wanted to tune up. He got Hector Garcia, whatever, blah, blah, blah. After that Hector Garcia, that was when Tank was making decisions. The Ryan fight, that was Tank decisions. That wasn't Floyd Mayweather. If Tank ain't get into trouble he'd have fought last year like that. He'd have fought last year, but he didn't. That fight with Frank Martin, that's Tank shit. These last 3 fights that Tank been fighting, they was his decisions. So for these niggas to come out here saying, oh, Tank don't want to fight nobody. Nigga, Tank want to fight all you niggas. But you niggas got to stop disrespecting. You niggas got to stop overbidding yourself, overpricing yourselves, and take the fucking fight. The one thing I respect about Lamont Roach, you ain't hear shit from Lamont Roach about Tank until that fight happened. When they knew the fight was going to happen, and it's still going to happen, because they had to push it back for whatever reasons, right? The fight's still going to happen. After he knew that contract was signed, and him and Tank going to fight, that's when he stopped talking his shit. And I respect it, regardless if I think a lot of that shit be capping, but I respect it because he waited till the fight. They signed the contract. Then he talked this shit. These niggas be talking and ain't even nowhere getting close to fighting Tank. They do bad business, and I keep saying that shit. These niggas mad because they got to do all this extra capping and shit to really be somebody. Right? Like for people to notice them. Tank don't do that. He haven't did that. He didn't really speak like that with Floyd speaking for him. He didn't really say too much. He went in the ring and did what he's supposed to did. These niggas got to cap. You waste a lot of your energy all the time capping when you niggas should be training. Let's move on, man.
I tell everybody this. I told Shakur this too. I said, and Shakur be saying, Shakur, you know how Shakur is. He like, I'm gonna do the do, but I said, this is Tank. This is Tank. It's Tank. Key, how you know what I'm saying? You think you ready for that? That's Tank.
Yes, I'm ready for that, bro. You can't fuck with me, bro. You can't. You try to give me hype too. You can't.
Right. So you just talking out your ass. How a nigga gonna get you hype? See, these niggas is young and they don't understand the business of boxing either. Listen, let me say this. Let me give Keyshawn Davis some game. You got 11 fights, bro. You really ain't nobody, bro. You make a name for yourself by talking shit. Only reason even people even want to interview you because they think it's gonna be you gonna act stupid. You gonna say outlandish shit. You just coming off a 12-round fight. That was a very tough fight for you, and credit for you to win that fight. That you won that fight. I keep saying to some of these niggas, fight the niggas that's on your level right now. Call the niggas out right now that's on your level. It's a couple of niggas you could be fighting. But you're trying to go for the gold, and nigga, you ain't on that level. Build your shit up. You know what? If I'm Keyshawn, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, look. Yeah, hopefully I get that fight with Tank. Right? I really want that fight. I think I can beat Tank, whatever. But he the man. Props to him. But I think I can beat him. I'd have been like, look, man, give me who he just beat the fuck out of. Just knocked out Frank Martin. I'll go to 140 and fight Frank. And that fight is very much easy to make happen. More than the Tank fight. Let Frank get comfortable at 140. You got to fight just like before he even had this fight. He should have went on him for that 140. Like the strategy of this shit is bullshit. But this is why I tell you that these dudes are getting controlled by their promoters. These promoters are tailor-made giving them fighters. That's not like that with Tank. Tank fights who he wants to fight. What's the best? The money gotta make sense. He's in a position to do that. These niggas hating on that. And the more y'all hate on that shit, it shows y'all envy and shit. You mad cause your favorite fighter don't have the pull that Tank have. That ain't Tank's fault, nigga. He worked hard to get to this point. He ain't ducking these fighters. These fighters don't make no money, so the money don't make sense. He's not challenging himself. Nigga, what are you talking about? Listen, Frank Martin, Frank was one big fight. Like, he shouldn't have fought Tank. My honest opinion, he should have fought another big name. Listen, I wouldn't have been mad because he wanted to fight Shakur, but I told you, Shakur was trying to lowball him, and Shakur he didn't have a fight on pay-per-view. If I'm not mistaken, I probably gotta go look back. Frank fought on a Earl Spence card, I think. Maybe. So he fought on pay-per-view before. I could be wrong about that. But just say Frank ain't fought on pay-per-view. Like, dude, if Shakur and Frank really thought that we want Tank, nigga, I think I can beat Tank, you think you can beat Tank, let's fight. And it was supposed to happen, but Shakur fucked that fight up. Because he tried to lowball Frank. Shakur was not even that much bigger than Frank Martin. And people want to look at, well, he had a bigger name. What do them sales say? What do the money say? All he had to do was give Frank an extra $1 million. See, these niggas ain't really. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice a little bit. Give him after me, nigga. If I think I can beat him, I'm gonna beat him. And then I know, nigga, and we put that bitch on pay-per-view. But Bob Arum wasn't gonna put it on pay-per-view. But most likely it would have been on pay-per-view because of Earl Spence and the PBC. That shit would have been on pay-per-view. Bob Arum don't like putting these niggas on pay-per-view because he know them niggas can't sell and he ain't trying to lose no money. The one thing about the PBC, they will take a chance on you and put you on pay-per-view, see how you do. But it would have been a pay-per-view fight with him and Shakur. Shakur didn't want that. He didn't want to give him an extra $1 million. Come on, bro. Come on. The only reason that the Tank and Shakur fight will be good is that Tank gonna probably have to do him like he did Frank, hunt his ass down, and that will make the fight exciting in a way. Cause to me, Tank is like boxing skills. His boxing skills come out when people are attacking him, right? You see his ring IQ. You see all that shit about him. But at Tank at his best, the most exciting, right, is when he hunting your ass. So it would be a good fight. Because Shakur's not going to stand there and go blow to blow with him. That's not happening. If he does, his ass get knocked out early. It just is what it is. But it'll be a great fight. But Shakur got to understand, hey man, you gonna have to. You're not gonna get straight up money right away. You don't sell like that. Let me ask y'all something real quick. Tank don't say shit a lot of the times, right? But when Tank say something, that shit go viral. You hear all the boxing YouTubers, everybody saying something that Tank said. Like this shit that we talking about now. It's because the Tank respond to it. Keyshawn did all this woofing. But Tank made this situation bigger because he spoke on it. When these dudes don't speak and say outlandish and clout chasing the shit that they do, nobody's talking about these niggas or worrying about them. But soon they come out and say some crazy shit about Tank, that's when they shit go viral. When they talk about other fighters and shit, it's okay. It don't go viral though. But soon they mention Tank name, shit go viral. You ever notice that? But Tank ain't gotta say shit. But then when he says something, shit go viral with whoever he's talking about. You could be low on the totem pole. You can be higher up or on his level. Whatever it is. He speak on it, it should go viral regardless. Because he don't have to be doing all that woofing. Let's move on, man.
With me, bro. Him and his coach, you know that, bro? The bald head dude. The dude told me, yo, just don't call Tank out for the rest of the year. Don't do this, don't do that. Gilly said, hold on, OG, what you mean, though?
First of all, I got love for Gilly. Fuck out of here with that shit with Gilly. Coach Kenny was trying to get his nigga advice of like, stay in your lane, nigga. You could get this fight if you stay in your lane. You want to do this clout chasing shit that you're doing and you ain't on Tank level. He was trying to tell you that. He trying to tell you what I was trying to tell you. What I'm telling you now. You ain't on Tank level right now. Just be quiet, put your head down, keep doing what you do. maybe later down the line, you may get that fight. Keyshawn Davis, you're not getting no fight with Tank, bro. You're not getting that fight. And if you continue to keep running your fucking mouth the way you are, right? You're going to end up like Gary Russell Jr. Because you do a lot of woofing and you fuck fights up. See, these niggas don't understand. You woof too much, you can fuck a fight up. If you talking way too much. Because you gotta look at the situation even with Rolly. Rolly talked too damn much. That shit may work for a little minute, but at a while that shit don't work at the while. Like Rolly got maybe 1 or 2 more fights. If he loses another fight, he done. Ain't nobody gonna be looking for him. All they gonna be looking at is, you ain't even gonna be thinking about Rolly. You gonna be thinking Rolly is just a stepping stone. Instead of he's one of those fighters that you need to fight. You're just gonna be looking at him as a stepping stone. Let me go ahead and fight him to get his over. I know I'm gonna whip his ass. Nobody ain't gonna really want to go see Rolly. If he lose one more time in a big fight, right? Because he may do another, it depends. He may do another tune-up fight, and he, a little cherry pick, and he might beat him. So it might boost him back up a little bit. And then he get another big fight and he lose again. No, nobody can give a fuck about Rolly Romero. And that's just real talk. And let me put some game to you too about Pitbull Cruz. If Pitbull Cruz lose again to Rollo, whatever his name is, he lose to him, Pitbull done. Ain't nobody gonna want to fight Pitbull. Pitbull gonna go right back down before he got the Tank fight of fighting niggas you don't know who he fighting. Ain't nobody gonna put him on no cards and shit like that for what? Like these dudes don't understand the business of boxing. They just be woofing. And you can woof yourself out of a fucking big fight to be made. Cause everybody gonna be just hearing you just barking. Ain't got no fight, ain't biting shit, but you just barking. Keyshawn, bro, I'm trying to give you good advice here. Listen, bro, you not ready for Tank. If Tank give you that opportunity, listen, that's Tank being generous to you. Ain't because you woofed yourself into that fight. It's because of the simple fact that Tank gave you an opportunity. And Tank want to whoop your ass. That's mainly what that is. But, right, you not ready for Tank, bro. Sorry. Go fight a Frank Martin. Go fight. You won't even fight Shakur. Shut up. You won't even, listen. If I'm in the sport of boxing, nigga, you could be my friend, nigga. We gonna fight. If we in the same weight class, sorry. Fuck that shit. We fighting. Especially if the money makes sense, we gonna fight. If you can get in the ring and spar with your friend, you can get in a boxing match and fight your friend. You remember Earl said, "Now, like we ain't gonna fight. He ain't gonna fight." Then he changed his mind about that because of that. If that money makes sense, him and Charlo, they gonna fight. And that's just real talk. Fuck out of here with that shit. They gonna fight. But you sit down and talk, I ain't gonna fight Shakur. He's my friend. Okay, bro. Okay. Because listen, if you want to be great, it's going to, let's just say Shakur go on his run, you go on your run. All the wild people gonna push for that fucking fight, bro. You're in the same weight class. You can't say you ain't gonna fight your friend. Fuck out of here, bro. This is boxing, nigga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can understand two brothers. I get that. But two friends? No. Fuck out of here. No, nigga. No. You gonna have to fight. And once you said that, and Shakur said that let me know that y'all niggas don't really want to fight. Y'all don't really want to fight. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, we're back from a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF, the real Cash App, and support the channel, people. Make sure you guys, if you need more information to subscribe and donate to the channels, down there strolling below the screen. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. But anyway, man, let's get back into this shit. These niggas don't want to fight, man.
Me don't call him out. What you mean? Them niggas worried. Them worried. They want me to move to 140 to get out 35. So, I could be too big. I don't gotta fight them no more. No, I'm staying at 35, and I'll be there until you ready to fight me.
Woo! Yo, Key, I love this.
First of all, and let me say this. See, that shit's all cap too. He says, they want him to move out of the weight class. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. He's lying like a motherfucker. Coach Kenny and them never told him that. That's some shit he made up in his mind. But anyway, number two, first, where you misinforming people, it may come a point in your career, Keyshawn, where you may how can I put this? You may get too big for the weight class. That happened. It happened to Devin Haney. That's why I wasn't that mad at Devin for leaving 135. But don't lie and say, no, I'm gonna stay at 135 just to fight a fighter. And when to come to find out, you wasn't planning on doing that because you already knew the fight that you fought Lomachenko, you was too big. They was already planning to go to 140 because he was out. He was hurting, making weight at 135. And like I said, it's understandable because you can grow out of the weight. That happens, people. So for him to say that I ain't going nowhere, that's a lie, bro. You capping now. Because you can get way too big for the fucking weight. Just like Frank. After he fought Tank, he knew, like, yo, this shit, I can't keep making this weight. That shit happens sometimes. You can feel that shit in fights. Where you be like, yo, I'm too big for this shit. The training lets you know that this shit hard to keep making this weight. So, like, come on, bro. Like, number one, you ain't big enough right now to get a fight with Tank. So you don't know by the end of next year that shit may have a toll on you. For making weight. You don't know that. You 22 years old or 20-something years old, bro. You can get bigger. You ain't even a fully developed man yet at 20-something years old like that, bro. You get listen, man. This nigga Keyshawn Davis is capping. He's capping. Like I said, go fight some fucking body, bro. You fighting a dude right now, ain't never heard of him. I ain't never heard of this dude. Never heard of him. Keyshawn, the only reason I even know about the dude you fighting is because I know who you are. But I don't know this dude. And from what I hear, he's a decent fighter. Okay. But I don't know this dude. So stop the capping, bro.
This smoke you on, boy. I ain't even gonna lie. This is what makes this shit exciting when we getting in talking like this talk and delivering in that ring.
Well, Gervonta responded to Keyshawn by saying that he's fighting on Friday night, and he's not even worth to mention. Plus, Buddy is the B word. Tell him to do something. Even the interviewer, Najee, wasn't safe. He got a piece of something too. Gervonta called him the P word. Later on, Gervonta was so heated, he started going at the fans. With that being said, if Keyshawn is really a B and he ain't like...
First of all, if Tank going at the fans, they're not fans of his, so why he give a fuck? That's number one. Right? And then, yes, all you niggas can get that smoke. Because the problem with people not really realizing about that shit, like, I fuck with Cigar Talk, but Cigar Talk, and I understand you interviewing, but you hyping this dude up to say some fuck shit just to get some views. You know this dude can't fuck with Tank. You know that. That's why you said, like, man, I told Shakur, like, hey man, this is Tank here. You know that. As much as you respect Keyshawn, listen, I respect Keyshawn's skills. He ain't fucking with Tank. It just is what it is. First of all, you ain't even ready yet. Nigga, you got 11 fights. I don't give a fuck about your amateur background. You got 11 fights in the pros. You're not ready for Tank, bro. Let me put you on game. You know why Lomachenko got a name? Because in the amateurs, Lomachenko fought so much. And Lomachenko was like in his 20s when he went pro. Usually when boxers go pro, they usually go pro around 18. Loma didn't go pro till he was like in his 20s, late mid 20s or some shit. So that's why they push Loma so fast. But come to find out that's the amateurs. So then when he get in there with real competition to move up, you see he lose. Think about this. How many fights y'all think Lomachenko got as a pro? If I'm not mistaken, Lomachenko got like maybe 17 fights. And he 35, 36 years old. Why is that? Because he was in the amateurs too long. And they fast-paced it. They had to fast-pace his career because he was older. You're talking about somebody like Tank that been boxing since he was 6 or 7 years old. It took him over a decade to even go pro. So he was in the amateurs for a minute. Then he go pro. Tank got, if I'm not mistaken, Tank got 30 fights. 30 fights. As a pro. You know how long Tank been a pro? For about 12 years. And he got 30 fights. I just turned 31 today or yesterday. I think it was today or yesterday. So happy birthday to the little homie. But he got 30 fights in 13 years. 13 years. Lomachenko got about 17 fights as a pro. The fuck out of here, bro. Listen, you don't even hit your prime. Like, you're not even in your prime. Like, niggas even look like Devin Haney. Devin Haney got all them fights. That's because Devin Haney went pro in Mexico fighting, you don't know, pros to boost his resume up. And then what happens? What happens? He gets in there with real stiff competition because he's not even moving up. Because he wasn't ready at 16 to go pro. And then what happened? He got exposed for not being technically sound. Or even, you can even say, having a bad game plan. You can look at it in so many ways of why Devin Haney got beat by Ryan. I don't give a fuck if Ryan Garcia was roided up. I don't give a fuck. He ain't supposed to beat Devin Haney. I watched Devin Haney be in there with punchers that got power. And he outboxed him. Because he understood the game plan. But he tried to be something that he wasn't. Bad game plan. And got his ass whipped. And the difference between him and Floyd was that Floyd had enough IQ that he understood. And he was older too when Shane, did what he did to him or whatever, right? Rocked him. And his corner was like, hey, man, Floyd, get back to boxing. What the fuck are you doing? Box. Do what you do. Because Floyd wanted to go out there and prove they can stand. Nah, nigga. And nobody saying Floyd ain't got no chin, but we know you in there with a dangerous fighter. You know he can punch. He got power. Fuck out of here, bro. And like I said, to go back to Tank, like, yo, everybody, listen, these dudes be hating on Tank, and that shit'd be weird to me. I don't be understanding, like, yo, he ain't fighting nobody, but to them, what they say, but everybody want to fight him. And why is that? Oh, because they think they can beat him. Yeah, okay. No, nigga, a lot of them niggas want to get in there and fight Tank because they want that payday. They don't give a fuck if they going to get knocked out or not. Because it's most likely what's going to happen. You think niggas, listen, it came to a point that where Mike Tyson was the most feared nigga on earth. But it wasn't nobody scared to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. Even if they was scared to get in the ring with Tyson. They knew getting in the ring with Tyson gonna knock their ass out. They knew that. So you think they ain't nobody gonna take that chance? Even if you think they was scared of Tyson, they was gonna get in there and fight him. Because they know that was gonna be the biggest payday they get in their life. And that's the curse of Tank. He got the Floyd curse and he got the Mike Tyson curse. Because he can punch, he can knock a nigga out and had the same the mentality as Mike Tyson. But then he got the boxing skills like Floyd. and or ring IQ, if you want to say, and that villain shit. Like Mike was feared. Floyd was a villain. They didn't fear Floyd. They knew his skills was what it was, but they didn't fear him. So Tank got a mixture of Mike and Floyd in him. And that's what make Tank dangerous. That's what makes these niggas second guess of fucking with him. That's why some of them get in and they fear him. Just because of that Mike Tyson effect. They know, nigga, he got skills. But it's that power. That Mike Tyson effect. That's why Tank is the most hated boxer in the world. Because you want to hate him, but you can't. But then you hate him anyway because of the simple fact, you're like, I ain't scared of that motherfucker. There's some people that hate you because they ain't scared of you. Hate that motherfucker, man. He ain't like that, man. Like, and some of them boxers are like that. You see that with the YouTube, the analysts, they like that. They know Tank is great. But they just like, yo, man, fuck him, man. People envy what they don't have or what they didn't have. Just telling you. Let's move on.
He ain't like that. Then show us. Not outside of the ring, but inside of the ring. If Gervonta feels that way, he can show us in the ring. As far as outside of the ring, let's be real here. Ain't Gervonta on probation? So I don't know what's up with the street talk when this is supposed to be boxing talk. Gervonta,
First of all, I don't know if he a street dude or not. Or he came from the streets, this dude that's talking. First of all, dude, if you come from the streets and a nigga talking that grimy about you, your shit gonna sound like some street shit. Even if you ain't in the streets no more. Right? And let's just get this real clear. Right? Because I think people getting this misconstrued and this goofy nigga. You ain't gotta sell dope or shoot and kill niggas to be that come from the streets. You can grow up around it. You could through them hands. Actually, in my era, niggas respected niggas that can throw them hands. More than a nigga can pick up a gun and shoot and kill a nigga. Or sell some dope. Right? But a nigga that can throw them hands, niggas respect that. More. From where I come from, y'all these new niggas. So a lot of y'all these new niggas. So I don't know what type of goofy shit a lot of y'all on. Right? But Tank ain't never said he was out here shooting and killing people. He said that nigga, I hung around niggas. Niggas keep forgetting Tank come from the streets. Boxing saved his life. Tank never said that he sold dope and sold drugs. He never said that. So I don't know. So your whole thing is a street nigga gotta be a nigga that sold dope and shoot niggas. That's not how that works. Cause any pussy, you seen pussy niggas sell dope and pick up a gun and shoot a nigga. That don't mean that street nigga. Cause you got a lot of niggas in the street pretending they street niggas and they really not. Cause you sell dope and can pick up a pipe. The fuck? What are you talking about, bro? That's how I know you probably was never really a street dude or whatever. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I knew niggas in the hood that never sold dope and never shot and killed nobody. But they had respect in the hood because them niggas could throw hands. And they was respected in the streets. So I don't know what you talking about, bro. And then you try to throw a shot. Oh, ain't he on probation? Nigga, I ain't on probation. I got a lot to lose. And Tank probably got a lot more to lose than I do. Well, I ain't gonna say that. We all got something to lose. But nigga, you play with me stupid. Nigga, I'll burn your ass up. You know why? Because I come from street shit. And it ain't just coming from that. I'm a man, nigga. You ain't gonna talk no raw gangster shit to me like that, nigga. Who raised these niggas? I don't even understand. And like I said, listen, nigga, in Baltimore, nigga, you get killed for shit that you say out your mouth. I'm just telling you that now. Niggas will kill you for nothing, but I'm telling you, you run your mouth a certain type of way to a Baltimore nigga in the city, nigga, you getting your shit, you might get fucked up. And you may think that person, oh, he ain't in that streets and shit like that, he ain't doing that. That nigga still will burn your ass up. You playing with niggas and playing with their manhood and disrespecting them like that. Nigga, respect runs a very, like, it's very real down here. You ask any Baltimore niggas, like anybody from Baltimore, nigga, talking real grimy like that, or get your ass killed. Y'all may think that shit stupid, but we don't play like that. Now you got some pussy niggas from Baltimore, but okay, but they most likely get treated like pussy niggas. You don't let a nigga talk reckless to you. Like, we don't, like, see, the problem is these niggas you don't come from where we come from. So you can say, oh, he ain't the street nigga, oh, we gonna keep it here, and he on probation. So I know plenty of niggas had their life together and took a nigga down. Fuck that mean? Because the nigga was running his mouth too much. Tried to punk him. And you, listen, one thing about Baltimore niggas, nigga, a lot of us, we don't play that shit. Talking down and getting gangster with us. Like, yo, come on, bro. Like, you must don't know, nigga. I don't know where you niggas is from, but we don't play that shit down here. So that's when Tank say some shit like, and do something about it. What he mean by that is, nigga, you talk all that gangster shit on the shit, but when you see me, nigga, do something about it. And I said you said what you said, because I ain't say shit about you. You said some shit about me, disrespected me. And I'm saying what I'm saying, and now do something about it, nigga. So next time you see me, do something about it, wherever the fuck we at. Because that's how Baltimore niggas are. We don't play like that. You niggas capping. That's why Tank gets so upset at these niggas. It's like, you niggas was just kissing my ass. And now you niggas are always clout chasing. We don't play that shit. Nigga, you came on one hand kissing my ass, and the next minute you out here clout chasing on me. You can't do that. Not to me. Not the Baltimore niggas. We don't play like that shit. I don't give a fuck what era this is. We ain't Chicago niggas. We ain't DC niggas. We ain't New York niggas. We ain't Virginia niggas. We ain't LA niggas. We ain't Texas niggas, Louisiana. We ain't them niggas. You talking that gangster shit, nigga, we take that shit personal. We don't play like that. We don't play all that clout chasing shit, nigga, because that shit'll get you killed down here. You niggas keep forgetting Baltimore is very small, nigga. We don't play like that. And the reason we don't play like that, because the city's small. That's why we don't play like that. If you disrespect a nigga, that means you ready to go to war with a nigga. That's how we take that. You ever notice that nigga Whack 100? He disrespected that Baltimore nigga, but he don't disrespect Baltimore because he know better. Because if you disrespect our city, nigga, you can't come down here. That's how that goes. You want to be real about that shit? Ask DC niggas. Ask that nigga Keyshawn Johnson. He disrespect Tank the way he's doing now. You think he can come down here and move around in our city? Fuck no. We too small for you to do that. Nigga, you better hang out in the county some motherfucking where, and you better hope niggas ain't really trying to get you, because we'll go to the county and get you. Niggas always want to talk tough like yo and playing around with Baltimore niggas. We don't play like that. It ain't about us being like trying to act tough and be tough. Nigga, we just don't play like that. That's why Tank take that shit personally the way he does. Cause he ain't acting no different from a real Baltimore nigga. You niggas must don't really know Baltimore niggas. And the crazy shit about it, we like this anywhere we go. We don't give a fuck. Nigga, we move around like we got a death wish. That's how we move. We don't give a fuck about shit that y'all niggas be like. We listen. Baltimore niggas stand on principles too. Like, yo, we got a certain type of shit, a code or something we on. Yo, we on that. We don't play like a lot of y'all niggas play. And I ain't saying every Baltimore nigga is like a nigga like me or Tank or somebody like that. But a lot of us are like that. I'm talking about chicks is like that. You got chicks like that. They don't play around like that. You'll get some chicks to clap your ass. Or you talk some shit to a chick. Oh, nigga, they go get their brother or cousin or they peoples. And they coming back and they firing. They ain't even asking no questions. None. All you got to do is tell one of us, oh, that's what happened? And we go. We on go mode. We don't play like that, bro. Talking about gangster. Nigga, this ain't about no gangster, nigga. It's about our city, how we are. You must don't know Baltimore niggas like that. We don't play like that, nigga. Talking about, oh, he trying to be on some gangster shit. Nigga, you call it whatever you want to call it. I call it Baltimore shit. You think Tank give a fuck about that if he seen Keyshawn somewhere? He ain't gonna confront that nigga? And in the same facility? What'd he do to Devin? Devin hopped this bitch ass in the truck. Talk all that gangster shit. And you see what Tank did. Tank had his peoples, but they was far back. He went into Devin Haney facility with his people and was talking shit. That's how we are. And you better hope that we ain't got some niggas around us that don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You better hope we don't. Like, it's some niggas, and Tank most likely may not have a lot of them niggas around him, but he knows some niggas like this. Niggas, certain niggas that I know, they don't give a fuck about my situation. All they see is disrespect. And nigga, you might be trying to calm that nigga. I will, like, I got niggas that clap your ass with, like, nigga, disrespect me in front of them. Like, nigga, they ain't trying to squash nothing. And we probably, listen, it's probably more than half of the niggas that we probably know that's like that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, Tank probably got them type of niggas around him too, because for Tank to be like, nah, y'all niggas stay back there. I'm good. They ain't gonna do shit. And if they do, y'all know what to do. It's like that. That's how we think. You talking to a nigga that grew up in an environment that we segregated the way we are. And at the same time, we know, anytime you hear from Baltimore niggas that really come from that life or come from in our environment, listen, they tell you, nigga, don't nobody make it. Nobody make it. We lost friends, man. We lost people. People died in our arms. Like, we really live that shit. I ain't saying we the most gangster niggas in the world, but I'm telling you, we ain't no bitch ass niggas like that. Ain't nothing bitched about us. Nigga, listen, it's still to this day, niggas don't really want to come down here in Baltimore, nigga, because let me just tell you something, nigga, you can't play with us like that. I told niggas when before the George Floyd shit happened, I told y'all, Sterling down in Louisiana, I said a lot of that shit you was seeing, police killing unarmed black men. I told niggas, I said, yo, if that shit happened down here, I said, yo, we gonna tear this bitch up. And what I tell you, and what happened? We tore this bitch up. Because you know why? Because I know my motherfucking city. I know the niggas. I know how we are. Nigga, we been wanting to, like, fuck some shit up. You must ain't never been to Baltimore. You can't go nowhere around this bitch and don't see the grind. Or niggas out here and niggas hurting. Nowhere. Nigga, we got the Raven Stadium, all that shit. You got them white people there. You listen, man. It's gangsters around there. Just telling you. Motherfuckers get busy. It ain't nowhere in Baltimore City where there ain't no niggas that get busy. I don't give a fuck what type of good neighborhood you're in. The neighborhood I'm in, niggas get busy. Just trying to tell you. Play around with the city and see what happens. That's the Wu-Tang Clan, any of them New York niggas, any of them niggas. And no disrespect to a lot of these niggas in their cities. Niggas, the cities. Nigga, it's different down here. Let me tell you, let me give y'all a little quick history lesson. You know the nigga Alpo from New York? And he was like that. That nigga was like that till he turned to a snitch. But but he still was like that, right? You know what people don't say? He never wanted to live in Baltimore. He never came here like that. He never came here. He stayed out there with them DC niggas. I ain't saying he didn't want to do no business really down here. Only nigga I give real props like that to come down to the city like that, that's out of town niggas like that. Long live one of the greats, DMX. DMX actually lived in our hood. East and West. He the only nigga. The rest of them niggas, it is what it is. DMX sold dope in Baltimore. Like, yo, ain't a lot of niggas come here and do none of that shit. They're like, yo, come on, man. And I knew some New York niggas that had some shit down here, but nigga, they had to get passes by niggas. You just couldn't just come down here and do shit, nigga. You get yourself, you go to war with the wrong niggas. Come on, man. Like, we too small for a lot of the shenanigan shits that be happening in a lot of these states. We too small for you to be doing certain shit around here. One thing about Baltimore niggas, we respect real. That fake shit, we don't like that shit. Let's move on.
Monte is known for being a boxer, not for being a street guy. If he was known for being a street guy, he would have had never boxed, or he would have had never made it to this level.
First of all, you said that though, right? You said, "Oh, Tank was never a street guy" or some shit like that. Okay, cool. Well, why Devin Haney, at the age of 20-something years old, got all this money, never grew up in the hood ever, trying to act like a street guy? You had no problem with that though. You don't call that out. I had more of an issue of a nigga that actually come from street shit and still have that mentality. I got a problem with that, but I still have more of a problem with a nigga that ain't never been a street nigga, and then all of a sudden now he'd want to be tough, like he from them streets. That should be more of an issue. Not with, I don't like, even if it was some Tank shit, like how you saying it. All right, yeah, all right, I agree. But what about Devin Haney? These dudes don't come from nothing street. Nothing. He grew up in none of the street shit. He's just connected. In a way. So much of a way, right? In certain different ways. But he ain't never been no street dude. But you never hear them saying anything about Devin Haney saying certain shit he says. Or how he acted. Because you're a Devin Haney dick rider. I don't give a fuck about Bill Haney, nigga. Listen, let me put you on game. My daddy was a street nigga. But he wasn't more streeter than me. My daddy never sold dope. But he was a street nigga. Hung around a whole bunch of street niggas. I did all the dope, all the street shit that they try to act like you gotta be this street nigga. But, so should I say my daddy wasn't a street nigga? My daddy got busy in the streets. That era was a little different. They had little pistols and shit, but was my daddy more ruthless than me in the streets? No, he wasn't. It was something that my cousin told me. I said, yo, how the fuck everybody look at me a certain type of way in the family, but my dad was a street nigga? They was like, yo, you was worse than him. And I couldn't wrap my head around that shit. But I never look at my dad like he was some type of soft nigga in the street because he didn't do the shit that I did. My was different. His wasn't my but he was a street nigga. To this day, my dad still has a street mentality, but he understands the world. I'm a street nigga. He a street nigga. We come from that. Family members, I know. I got more other family members more streeter than me. Did way more worse shit in the street than I did. Fuck are you talking about, nigga? If you come from it, you come from it. Yes, some people gonna look at you a little differently because it depends what your reputation was or what you did in the streets. I get that. But I don't knock no nigga if you really come from that street shit and you live that life. To me, you come from the street. So now that we older, we can understand. Like, that shit really ain't that much of a difference. You know the streets. I keep telling motherfuckers, you have to know the streets. If you don't know the streets, you won't survive there. I don't give a fuck how gangster you are. How many niggas you shoot. I know niggas that came out the gate on some raw gangster shit and they was dead in 2 years. You know why? Because they didn't know how the streets work. And it's certain levels to shit. The dope game comes with something way different than just living in the community and street shit. It's different. It's so much other shit comes with that. So that's why I part of me, I understood where my cousin was coming from. But to me, a street nigga's a street nigga. My daddy knew how to move. Actually, no, believe it or not, actually, my dad was actually more reckless than I was. My dad got his ass whooped a couple of times, nigga, but they knew that my dad was a real one because he kept fighting niggas. He kept coming outside. He was a different nigga. You get a nigga whipped. I had my same cousin I'm talking about. Got his shit busted. That nigga stopped selling. He stopped selling dope. Niggas put that motherfucking bat through his head. He stopped selling dope. It was different. I got shot and got worse. So you talking about different breeds of niggas. Even though my cousin, what happened to him or whatever, but he know how to move the streets. He know how to move around. Now, me and my dad might look at that nigga like that's some scary shit to us, right? Because we different breed niggas. But to my cousin, he still know how to move around in them streets. I take nothing away from him from that. His connections is crazy in the streets. Still to this day. I got aunts and uncles connected like that. And they ain't in the streets like that. But they live amongst the people. They know how to move. You don't gotta be, listen, everybody wanna be a gangster, bro. Everybody wanna put a label of how gangster you gotta be to be this gangster nigga. No, bro. You gotta know how to move in these streets. These niggas don't know how to move in the streets. That's why they be trying to call out niggas how street they are, how hood and thorough they are. Nigga, that's not how the streets work, nigga. You can tell a lot of these niggas ain't really like that. Or they don't know how shit works. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We right back. Alright, people, we back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams. We go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Excuse me. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there strolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. Keeps the movement pushing. Alright? But yeah, man, like, y'all motherfuckers don't be understanding that. Like, I ain't even a street nigga no more. I'm a former street nigga. But I know how to move in the hood. Like, I work in the hood. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all know. I deliver packages. Nigga, listen. Hey, man. I knew that I don't fear my people or fear where I come from. Nigga, I don't be worried about niggas go in the truck and still. Nigga, go ahead and do what you gonna do, bro. Shit happens, bro. I don't know what the fuck going on, like, in people's lives and shit like that. I ain't here to judge in a way. Right? So, I ain't God, nigga. So, hey, man. Like I told you, I don't fear shit because I know I move the right way. People fear a lot of shit because they don't move right. I don't fear it being in the hood or going around niggas in the hood. Fuck I fear for. Nigga, I move right. And like I said, I don't fear death, nigga, because it's simple fact, not in that way of how people think you should fear death. I don't fear death of somebody doing something to me in that type of way, because simple fact, nigga, I move right. I treat people right. You niggas, a lot of motherfuckers fear shit because they fear the community or whatever it is. It's because they ain't moving right. They don't treat people right. That's why you fear a lot of shit. I don't fear no niggas in my hood. Like, I don't fear niggas. Fuck out fear. For what? I told you, yo, a lot of times people can look in your eyes and see if you're a scary motherfucker. Or a motherfucker look in your eyes and tell you, oh, he like that. Like, seriously. So a lot of times, nigga, I just move the way I move. I'm a good dude, but I don't move on bullshit. I don't tolerate shit that people tolerate. I don't play with people. No reason to play with somebody like that. I don't disrespect niggas. Listen, you do what you do, bro. That's your life. That's what you gotta do. I don't have to like it. But you know what? Hey, man. Do what you do. You ain't got the answer to me. That's how I look at that. But people gotta stop. These dudes that ain't really from like that type of lifestyle, they gotta stop acting like you know what the fuck is a street dude. You don't know what a street dude is, bro. I knew plenty of street dudes. You seen a lot of the niggas that was really real street niggas that really got busy get killed because they was too aggressive. You had niggas that wasn't really like really like that, and then got in that street shit and got very aggressive, and they ain't here no more. It happens. Because niggas don't be patient. They don't pay attention to shit. Everybody ain't like that. And like I said, everybody got a due date. You never know what's the reason why people die, man. I mean, they give you a reason of saying, oh, how a person died, but you don't know the real reason why it was their time to go. It could have been tragic. Everything, any death is tragic. Motherfucker die in their sleep, tragic. Motherfucker shoot you, tragic. Motherfucker commit suicide, tragic. Like, it's all the same to me. Anybody die, nigga's death. I guess when you get to a point where you get in that type of space in your mind, that where death is just death, you just don't really look at how people died, that it's supposed to make you feel a certain type of way. Like, any different. Death is death sometimes, bro. Like, the last week and shit with my aunt passing away. It's death, bro. Like, it hurts, but it's like, and no lie to you, I cried. That's how I knew she was close to me. Because I cried earlier. Right? Like, I cried much earlier than I usually would cry over certain deaths in families. And we wasn't the tightest, you get what I mean? But this is my aunt, man. Like, she helped take care of me. Like, you know what I mean? As I got grown and shit like that, shit changed, life changed. Now, one thing I always say about my aunt that passed away, she was always real with me. She never, like, sugarcoat shit. She tell me the truth about shit. Even when they ain't want me around, it's a reason why. Nigga, she'd tell me the real reason why. And I'm like, okay, but I respect real. And like a lot of times, yo, you hurt, like for me in certain situations, I hurt for people that's more closer to that situation than I am. Right? It ain't about me being that much hurt because I genuinely understand death. Right? Like, it's a purpose, it's a reason why motherfuckers die. Like, I get it, but it still hurt. Still your family, like, You know what I mean? So, but people who just they play around with shit and they just not even play around with it. People do shit and be well. Sometimes we play around with it, but people do shit a lot of the times with death, and that shit is like despicable to me. Like, just respect the dead, bro. Respect the reason that person is dead. Like, I want to celebrate. I don't want to be sad. Like, celebrate who she was. But it's just, you go around people is always, they hurt. You know, but you, like I said, you can't tell people how to grieve, but I think people need to, if you had more outlook on life a little bit and know how life works, right? You wouldn't, when people die a lot of times, you wouldn't be as like you be hurt, but you won't be so like fucked up, right? Because you're gonna be fucked up, but you're not gonna be like to the point where you fucked up. Like, it's my cousin, it's his mom. I call this nigga anytime, but it's his mom, and I get it, but I can't even, the nigga won't even speak to me. And I just let it be. I see you at the funeral, bro. Cause I get it. Like, you know what I mean? That's his personality anyway. If it was me, it was my mom's or some shit like that, I'd probably, God forbid it happen, but if it was my mom's or some shit like that, nigga, I'll probably pick up all the phone calls. Or I at least hit you back if I don't pick it up. Because I might not be in a good space. You know? It's your mom's, bro. I get it. But let's move on.
This level. You either one or the other. You can't be both. To make it to the level Javante is at, you're not out here robbing people. You're not out here shooting people. You're not doing street activity. You're not selling.
And you see what he goes to? He think Tank trying to be a gangster. Or talking about robbing and shooting a nigga. That's what you think street shit is, bro? Let me put niggas on game. Coming from the streets, it's a mentality. It's not about everything that you do physically, right? It's a mental thing. It's a reality. It's some shit that's going on around you. I think Tank gonna go out here like this. Is how these niggas think. Tank say some shit that they seem like it's gangster or whatever, or some street shit. They like, oh, he ain't gonna rob nobody. He ain't gonna shoot nobody. Like, dude, that's what you go to on some street shit? Nah, bro. Nah. I think even the culture, we have narrowed down street shit. Like, no, nigga. A gangster sometimes, yo, nigga, I didn't gotta do all this shoot 'em up, bang, bang shit. Sell dope or whatever, rob a nigga. Nigga, I don't play like that. Listen, if you want to be real, nigga, I still feel like I'm some type of a gangster in a way because I don't play with certain shit. Like, I don't play with niggas like that. So, like, nigga, yeah, I'll clap you on some shit and you might look at me and be like, Kenny, you clap a nigga on that? Yeah. Because I don't play like that. But these dudes don't even really understand when you come from that type of lifestyle, you don't let niggas play with you like that. They think, oh, you trying to be gangster. No, nigga, I don't let people play with me like that. I don't give a fuck if I got $1 million. I got $5. You ain't playing with me like that. You ain't gonna disrespect me, nigga. I will clap your ass playing with me like that. Or you gonna see me. Now, sometimes when niggas ain't on your level and you know they ain't on your level, you ignore that shit. Hey, that nigga ain't like that, man. But even if you ain't like that and you playing with me like that, you feel a certain type of way about that. Yo, you playing with me? Like, I don't even play like that. What's the disrespect for? Dude, I ain't disrespecting you. You disrespecting me? Mind you, I'm asking everybody this question. His nigga talking all this bullshit he talking. When is Tank talking gangster about these niggas? When is he saying disrespectful shit to these niggas? He's never saying that unless these niggas say something about him. He ain't said shit about Keyshawn Davis. But Keyshawn want to talk gangster shit, talk all the aside his mouth, clout chasing. And now you mad at Tank? Because Tank responds to some shit? Hey, you can't be a gangster. You wouldn't have made it as a boxer. First of all, nigga, you don't know Tank. Tank said to Rolly one time at a press conference, he said, nigga, if it was really like that, nigga, we had niggas at your house with them things. And he ain't lying. If it was really like that. See, when niggas ain't really street niggas like that, niggas talking tough like talking the way Tank is talking, he think that, oh, that's some street shit. No. Tank ain't said nothing about robbing, shooting, or killing them or nothing. He said nothing like that. He just said do something about it. You took that shit as Tank was talking gangster. Wow. Okay. When Tank told Rolly, and his people was like, nigga, if it's really like that, we would send them niggas. Like, it'd be like that. We send them niggas. Now that's some gangster shit. But a nigga just say, hey man, and do something about it. You niggas live in this little, some of you new niggas live in this little world that y'all live in. Y'all don't even understand real street talk. I ain't a street nigga no more, but I tell a nigga you talking all that gangster shit, do something about it, nigga. And do something about it. Cause however that goes, it goes. And I ain't a street nigga no more. But I'm far from a pussy nigga. That's what that means. But like I said, he not a street nigga, so he don't understand that. He don't even understand the lingo. But like I said, he don't come from where we come from. So what he talking about? He don't know what's gangster and what's not. He don't know gangster talk to street talk or whatever he trying to say. He don't know that. How you gonna talk about some shit you don't know nothing about? You ain't qualified. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, goofy ass niggas out here, man.
You're not selling drugs. All you doing is training and putting your family on. If a person has talent with dedication in boxing, he can make it to where Javante is at. Last time I checked, Keyshawn and Javante have a similar background.
First of all, if that's the case, then why Shakur ain't on his level? You tell us all the time Shakur's on that level. He got all the talent in the world, but why he ain't on Tank level? So that's a lie. If you just got talent, you can be on the Tank Davis level. That's bullshit. It's a lie, bro. It's a fucking lie. So, Shakur, Devin Haney, they all got this talent. Why they not on Tank level? I hear two things. I hear you trying to downplay Tank or where he is on the level, and then you trying to boost up some other niggas that ain't even on his level. We done seen niggas through history that got talent and probably more talent than others, but they can't do it because they ain't got this. These are facts. You don't think it was somebody out here better than Michael Jordan, nigga? Like, are you serious? Or Kobe Bryant or even LeBron? Like, Fuck are you talking about? The problem is with like I see the like I see why they hate Tank. The thing is that they hate Tank because they know he come from that lifestyle, right? The problem is he's a nigga that come from actually what he says he's come from, and he's made it. But the thing, and I tell you about this a lot about Baltimore niggas. A lot of us that don't want to sell out, right? And that mentality that we have, that we still use, we gotta balance with that shit, right? A lot of them niggas don't have that from the city, right? Like a lot of niggas is full blown on some gangster shit, or a lot of them pussies, or some of them pussies. I ain't gonna say a lot, but some of them pussies. Niggas sell out. They do what they do. But Tank is not one of those dudes. He who he is. What about being gangster, nigga? He move a certain type of way. If you listen, real niggas move a certain type of way. We speak a certain type of language. We don't move the way a lot of you niggas move. It just is what it is. You can get mad, get gladlock about that shit. We don't move the way y'all move, or the way you want us to move. We don't move like that. We move the way we move. Listen, I don't like what niggas do in the streets, because I'm not a street nigga no more, but I understand why niggas do what they do in the streets. And when you have that balance and you understand that here, you move different. You can get a nigga to say, get out the game and be like, yeah, I don't like none of that shit. And they anti everything in the streets. I get that. Right? The problem is, don't talk tough then. Right? Don't talk that street shit. But as a person that's a former street dude that says, hey, I understand what niggas going on in the streets, but I don't like it. I'm trying to help fix it. That's a different type of nigga, man. That's not a nigga that come from the streets and just turn his whole belief over everything in the streets is bad. You forget why the niggas do what they do in the streets. I know why niggas do what they do in the streets. I never forget it for one reason only. So I would never be a fucking sellout. And I know the history behind it, or why a lot of us did what we did, and niggas are still doing it. How the fuck do I get to shun niggas that the same shit that they're doing, I did? I'm not giving you a pass for it, but I'm not going to shun you. I know why you're doing it. Because a lot of the reasons that a lot of them do it, I thought the same way. You notice they give racist people passes for their racism. But street niggas, they don't want to give them passes. That is a reason why niggas grow up in that street shit, but it ain't no reason why racist people are racist. It is no reason why. But them street niggas bad because they hurt people. You don't think racist people hurt people? You thinking just physically hurting niggas in the hood, that's all niggas do when they hurt each other in the hood? You think it's just physical? No, it's a mental thing. They hurting each other mentally. So what the fuck is the difference from a fucking racist? And a way of like their mentality. They still hurt people mentally. And that shit leads to hurting people physically. When your intention mentally is to hurt people, you do physical shit physically to hurt people. I don't know why some of y'all don't understand that shit, but it is what it is. But let's move on.
The background, they both grew up in the street. Now, if you're really a street cat, most likely you're gonna end up in jail if you don't leave the streets. One thing for sure and two things for certain, the ring is the truth teller. One thing boxing have showed us time and time again is that the street guy is not always the tougher guy in the sport. When people fight inside of that square circle, a lot of times the non-street guy beats the street guy, aka Devin Haney versus Regis. Whatever happened
let me say this. You can't have it both ways. You can't, like, you think about this, right? He's bringing up Regis Prograde and Devin Haney. Devin Haney was talking real reckless out his mouth, like he was some type of street dude. Go back and watch the press conferences. They said nothing about that. But Regis was talking the way he was talking. You mad at the former street nigga that come from that he's talking this way, but the nigga that don't come from that, he get to speak that way. Like, are you fucking serious, bro? Both dudes was talking that street shit. But we knew one dude that actually really came from that street shit. But you defend the dude that ain't never came from it but speak it. But you mad at the street nigga because, well, he got beat in the ring of boxing. I understand that's different. But because on like a regular fight in the street shit, yeah, a lot of them boxers, they gonna lose. 90% of them, they will lose. But stop acting like, oh, no street nigga that come from street shit wind up getting exposed like that. That's not true. That's not even a high percentage of that. This shit, like boxing, is about skills. It's about dedication that you put into the sport of boxing. You look at Regis Prograde, any of his fights. Was he ever really that skilled? Was he really ever that gifted? I'm not saying he had no gifts, but he wasn't as gifted as other people. We know niggas in the hood that is very gifted, athletic-wise, right? But just don't have the mental to be on a level of somebody, your favorite athletes. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I always just tell people, some people is just special. They just are. And you know the real reason I'm saying this is because I talk from experience. Nigga, I had all the athleticism in damn near all sports. Any sport I played, I stood out. I was very gifted. That wasn't my path though. Right? I didn't know that at the time, but it just wasn't my path. I was very gifted. Nigga, listen, I had scholarships, y'all. I had scholarships when I was like motherfuckers were trying to recruit me when I was like 12, 11 years old, bro. Like, I keep telling motherfuckers, even still to this day, this is how gifted I am in a way when it comes to sports. I can play baseball right now at 43 years old. Especially if I just got in shape, put down the beer, put down the cigars, get my stamina up, I can still play right now. That's how, that's how gifted I am. Not toot my own horn and no shit like that, but it's just facts. I can still do that shit. Now, could I play some basketball, some football? Nah, can't do that shit no more. But baseball, yes. I can play baseball right now. You give me 6 months of training. All I need is 6 months. And the reason I'm saying 6 months because I want to get my wind back. Like, you know, you drink your cigars and you beer and shit, you know. Your stamina, you know, you got to get your stamina back. And I only need 3 months to get in shape. And you give me another 3 months to kind of just be in the field and get used to shit. But some people are just gifted. And sometimes certain shit is not your path. Regardless of how gifted you are. You see it all the time with these basketball players. They shouldn't even be in the league. But it's a young league. So you got all these young niggas that don't even really belong in the league. They really genuinely don't. Then you come to find out a couple of years later they trash. Because they're not gifted in the way of the other motherfucker. And that's what bothers them about Tank. Tank is gifted. He has the gift of drawing people. And a lot of these niggas might be just as skilled as Tank. But they don't have what Tank has. It's almost like I always tell y'all, it's an it factor. Right? Like, I can be in any situation. I got an it factor. I could just be amongst that shit and I stand out. Good or bad. Motherfucker like me, they don't like me. But I can stand out. I'm going to stand out. It's just an it factor you have. Everybody don't have that. It's like you call it, they used to call it, what they still call it, a gift of gab. Everybody don't have that. Everybody do not have the gift of gab, people. You just can't. You know? Oh, I'm more smarter than him. I'm more athletic, and you think you more gifted than him. I got what he got. But you may not have that gift of gab. You may not have that it factor. And everybody do not have that. Shit, I've been in rooms with certain motherfuckers, family members, whoever. They just got a gift. They got the gift of gab. Better than me. Nigga, I play my role, though. I play who I am. I know who I am, so I don't try to live up to other people's expectations. And a lot of people do that. They try to live up to other people's expectations. I don't do that. If a motherfucker I know that got that shit, hey, nigga, I salute it. Actually, I might want to be a part of that. And I'm like, damn. He got that. I know I'm gifted, but damn, he more gifted than me. Nigga, I want to be a part of that. I want to learn some things. That's not like with human beings a lot of times. They see that shit as a threat. Well, I had to give, everybody praise me and everything, but then you see another motherfucker come in the building and his gift to gab is bigger than yours. His gift is bigger. And now you start to hate on that because, hey, I was getting all that, everybody showing me the attention or whatever. And then now they showing that person. And you like, how they gonna do that? Like, you get what I mean? So, people do that shit. It's life, bro. But a lot of people don't understand that. That's why I don't try to live up to nobody's expectations. Nigga, I live up to my expectations or what I have for myself. I can't live up to other people's expectations. Because like I said, I could be around a bunch of people that say, yo, you gifted. Like, you know, you got that thing, you got that it. And give me all the props in the world. Make yourself feel all good, right? Then you get around another nigga that got a gift, and his gift to gab is different. He's special in a, like, more special than you. And some niggas get around that shit and can't handle it. So they start hating. Trying to destroy your nigga. Like, motherfuckers do that. People do that to people. I learned a long time ago you don't do that. You just let that motherfucker shine. Figure out how you can get a part of that shit. You know what I mean? That motherfucker got something. And everybody ain't. I got a level, but there's certain people that got a certain type of level. Gotta respect that. That ain't about just society. That's just on some spiritual shit for me. That's how I look at it. But, you know, to each his own. Let's move on.
Happened to Regis' street talk? Whatever happened to his street credibility? Whatever happened to Regis' street toughness? All of that went out of the window when he fought Devin Haney, because Devin whooped the out of him. He whipped the toughness out of him. He whipped the streets out of him in the most dominant fight in the history of the sport that went 12 rounds. No, clearly, the streets ain't going to do anything.
He said that was the most ever that a fighter whooped the shit out of somebody in 12 rounds. You a liar, bro. That's how I know you capping. Devin Haney beat the shit out of Regis Prograis, whipped him that bad than anybody in history. And boxing, nigga, did you see the what's his name? Sugar. No, hold on. Durant and the fuck is his name? I'm going blank a little bit, people. What was his name? I don't know why the fuck I'm going blank, people, but what's his name? Shit. It'll come to me. No. Ever. He said ever in the history of boxing. You're a liar, bro. You're a liar. You trying to big up Devin Haney that much as you're a Devin Haney dick rod and they paying you off. I get it. Talking about in history, Devin Haney and Regis Prograis was one of those fights that where a motherfucker beat a motherfucker that bad for 12 rounds in history. That's bullshit. You're a liar, bro. Damn, you're a liar. Oh, you're a liar. You are a liar. There's plenty of fucking fights. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Shit, you know what? I say this then, since you wanna be dick riding Devin Haney. I say this. And this is over what he beat Regis Prograis, and I know you want to bring up the steroids. Ron Garcia beat the shit out of Devin Haney for 12 rounds. More than he beat the shit out of Regis Prograis. Excuse me. Regis Prograis got to fighting again. Let's see how Devin Haney look in this next fight. Ryan Garcia beat the shit out of Devin Haney. I ain't gonna say it's the most exposed. Devin Haney got more exposed than any other fighter, but it's up there. Ryan Garcia exposed Devin Haney, and he beat the shit out of him. He ain't have enough of them steroid shit that I try to bring up. He ain't have enough of that shit in his system to do what he. First, yo, listen, all Devin Haney had to do was box this nigga. Let me just say this too. Ryan Garcia could have been on all that shit. First of all, he wouldn't have been all on that shit with Tank because it wouldn't have happened. But let's just say, hypothetically, if Ryan Garcia was like that and he fought Tank, Tank would have beat the shit out of him. Tank would have knocked his ass out earlier. He would have hurt him earlier. It wouldn't even went to 8 rounds. The fuck are we talking about here? This dude is just lying. Sugar Ray Leonard. I'm sorry, that's who Durant and Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard beat the dog shit out of Durant. That motherfucker quit. And he didn't try to the 12 round. For 12 rounds. Nigga. The way them niggas used to fight back in the day, nigga, them just going 6 to 8 rounds was like a 12 round fight. Sugar Ray Leonard beat the shit out of Durant. He beat the shit out of him, bro. Pernod Whitaker, when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he beat the shit out of Oscar De La Hoya for 12 rounds, and they robbed him. He beat the shit out of him. What the fuck you talking about, Devin Haney? Are you stupid? He beat the shit out of Oscar, man. Let's move on. Unbelievable, these niggas.
Do anything for you in boxing, and that's a fact. So none of what Gervonta was saying to Keyshawn really made sense. But let me tell you what will make a whole lot of sense. If Keyshawn looks spectacular against Lemos, then he's a legit opponent for Gervonta. I mean, he will be a better opponent for Gervonta than 98% of the opposition he fought. In fact, you can arguably say Keyshawn, if he lives up to his potential, is going to be a better opponent than everyone Gervonta fought. However, before we get ahead of ourselves, we got to see how Keyshawn is going to look against Lemos, who is a tough opposition. Let's not forget, a lot of people had Lemos beating Richardson Hitchens. A lot of people felt that fight was a robbery, and Lemos had to move up in weight to fight Richardson Hitchens at 140. So now he's back to his natural weight class, and Keyshawn himself actually chose Lemos against Top Rank Will. Top Rank tried to actually talk.
Time out. Let's go back to what this goofy nigga just said. Let's go back to what he just said, people. Let's go back to what he just said. Let me go back. The hell? Oh, I think that's the fuzzy.
Toughness. All of that went out of the window when he fought Devin Haney, because Devin whooped the out of him. He whipped the toughness out of him. He whipped the streets out of him in the most dominant fight in the history of the sport that went 12 rounds. Clearly, the streets ain't going to do anything for you in boxing, and that's a fact. So none of what Gervonta was saying to Keyshawn really made sense. But let me tell you what will make a whole lot of sense. If Keyshawn looks spectacular against Lemos, then he's a legit opponent for Gervonta. I mean, he will.
The dude that Keyshawn Davis is fighting, y'all know who he is? Let me know. Do y'all know who he is? You don't know who he is. So if this dude is saying, if Keyshawn Davis beat some dude we know nothing about, so the dude that Keyshawn Davis is fighting, I'm sorry, fuck his name up. Excuse me. Keyshawn Davis is fighting. The dude he fighting. Get ready to fight. Friday. Well, tomorrow. It's better than all the opposition that Tank fought. But didn't Keyshawn Davis just fought Pedraja at a later age in his career, and he did what he's supposed to did. But Tank did that when he was like that, when he was a champ, when he was somebody. But he, on one hand, he say Tank ain't fighting nobody, but then he trying to give all the credit to Keyshawn Davis for fighting a dude that Tank fought almost over 6-7 years ago. That's way out of his prime. Way out of his prime. That was a champion at the time. Come on, bro. You know what? And then the other thing about that is this, right? Never mind. Let's move on. Let's move on real quick.
I mean, he will be a better opponent for Gervonta than 98% of the opposition he fought. In fact,
Wow. How is that? He said that Keyshawn Davis is a better opposition that Tank ever fought. Are you serious, bro? Listen, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna bust his bubble because I know you doing a lot of capping and hating for Devin Haney. I get it, Devin Haney father paying you off and shit. I get that, nigga. But let me bring some realness to it, because we know you capping. Right now, I guarantee you, Keyshawn Davis cannot knock out Frank Martin. Right now, even though he just got knocked out. I don't even think he can beat Frank Martin right now. What is it? I'm trying to figure out what has Keyshawn Davis did for you to say out your fucking mouth that he's a better fighter than Tank Davis for anybody out his career. Let me say this. I got Ron Garcia fucking him up. Keyshawn Davis. Because I'm going to tell you something which hopefully he wouldn't do. He got a better chance of not doing what Devin Haney did, his favorite fighter, is trying to sit there and brawl and stand right in front of motherfucking Ron Garcia. Ron Garcia will knock the shit out of motherfucking Keyshawn Davis right now. And I don't fuck with Ron Garcia, but I guarantee you Ron Garcia will beat the shit out of him. If he stand right there and do what Devin Haney did. The fuck are you talking about? Even in his last fight that he just fought, you stand in front of Ron Garcia like that and see what happened. You can get your ass knocked out. You can get your ass hurt. He may change your life. All the opposition that Tank ever fought. Listen. With his skill level, yes, he should be able to beat a Rolly Romero. But I keep telling y'all about a lot of these fighters fighting dudes that they big up like that's big like them and got power. They can't take those niggas' power. They can't. Tank boxing skills come out when he fight bigger fighters. When he's fighting fighters that his height, it's more difficult for him. That's why he looked more spectacular when he fights bigger fighters. But when he fight motherfuckers his size, nah. Shit, Frank had what 2-3 inches over Tank? That's why Tank looked the way he looked. It was a very difficult fight for him. Because that motherfucker was somewhat his height around the range, but he still was a little bigger than Tank. And that's why Tank did what he did to him. Big fighters trying to fight Tank, man, you can get your ass whipped, man. Let me tell you something. These niggas talk all that shit, but they ain't never had, none of the fighters that they ever fought had punching power like Tank. None of them. He bring Keyshawn, all these niggas, they got all them skills, but they ain't never had a fighter in there that had that type of power like Tank. They haven't. Because you know why? Because he's special. He got different types of power. These dudes sit here and they want to give all these niggas praises. Think about what this dude is doing. He talking about a dude like Keyshawn Davis. He know that ain't fought nobody really like that. Right? They know, he knows that this dude is getting groomed over there with Top Rank. Right? And this dude got 11 fights and you telling me that he's ready for Tank? They got 30 professional fights. That's more, has way more world champions. Keyshawn Davis don't have no world champions. I mean, no championships. He ain't really fought no world champions. He haven't fought a world champion, if I'm not mistaken. He probably fought what, Pograza, whatever his name is. He used to be a former world champion. But Keyshawn Davis, to him, is ready for Tank. Okay, bro. See, the hate level of these niggas, I told you, the Floyd Mayweather effect. They want to see him lose. They want to see Tank lose. They don't want to give him credit, but they want to support a fighter they know damn well ain't gonna beat him. I remember when this dude, when Frank Martin, it was said that Frank Martin was gonna fight Tank. This dude was the same dude out here saying Tank ain't never fought a dude like Frank Martin. That's what he said. Now all of a sudden Tank ain't fought nobody. Tank ain't fought nobody like Keyshawn Davis. What? But you was just a month ago saying, oh, Tank ain't never fought nobody like this. This is a very dangerous fight for Tank. Remember you said that, nigga? And then now all of a sudden, Tank knock his ass out. And then now all of a sudden, Frank Martin ain't shit. You see how they do, Tank? Now they got some up-and-coming nigga that ain't fought nobody. He really genuinely ain't fought nobody. He got 11 fights. He got skills, but he ain't fought nobody because he got 11 fucking fights. And this nigga is sitting there talking about this is to be the biggest person that Tank ever fought for his competition. In his whole, in Tank whole career, his 30 fights, he ain't. A nigga with 11 fights? that was just praising Tank 2 years ago for getting in a sparring with him. Because it's most like them shots that he said that Tank hit him with, if he hit him with no hair gear on and smaller gloves, he probably would have knocked him out. Are you serious? All right, man. Let's move on, man. These dudes are unbelievable. Let's move on.
Fact, you can arguably say Keyshawn, if he lives up to his potential, is going to be a better opponent than everyone Javante fought. However, before we get ahead of ourselves, we got to see how Keyshawn is going to look at.
You talking about before we... No, you already got ahead of yourself. You said Keyshawn Davis is the better opposition that Tank have ever fought in his life. Keyshawn Davis has 11 fights. He haven't even fought 2 times more the opponents that Tank fought. So how the fuck you gonna say that? Who is Keyshawn? He got 11 fights, bro. 11. Tank got 30. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? And I'm not trying to knock Keyshawn for his skills. He haven't, like, yo, he got 11 fights, bro. For this dude to say this to let me know the hate that you have for Tank. Are you serious? I'll tell you this then. I'll put it this way. Which I believe Tank gonna beat Lamont Roach. It's gonna be a tough fight, don't get me wrong. Not downplaying the fight, because Lamont Roach is a threat. A big threat. Like, people sleeping on him or whatever, but he's a threat. Listen. If Tank beats him, I want to see Keyshawn Davis fight Lamont Roach. And to all the young up-and-coming fighters, right? You making a name for yourself. You calling out Tank. Y'all don't have the revenue. Y'all don't put asses in the seats, right? Y'all don't really bring nothing to the fight really like that other than the skills that y'all have. But to make a fight with Tank like that, which y'all calling out for, you don't have that to call out a nigga like Tank. You got to work yourself up to that. Fight the motherfuckers that's around you and to prove yourself. You trying to go for the big bag. And they did that shit to Floyd too, and I ain't like that shit. These dudes wasn't even worth. That's why Floyd was embarrassing a lot of these niggas. Because they wasn't supposed to be in the ring with him. You boost these fighters up, and they ain't even supposed to be in the ring with Floyd. And it's the same shit they doing to Tank. You boosting these dudes up, and they don't even supposed to be in the ring with him. And then you get mad at Tank, like, well, he really wasn't like that. But you boost him up. And then when Tank or Floyd beat these niggas, you get you blame them for beating these niggas up. Or defeating them. They doing the same shit to Tank, bro. And it's even more different from back then, right? When Floyd was fighting. Because Floyd was up here and the rest of everybody was where they was. You're talking about Tank Davis. He's here and the rest of them niggas is down here. It's the same effect. These niggas cannot get no fucking fight with Tank because they don't do business right. This shit is about business too. Shakur Stevenson don't want to fight Tank, nigga. He outprices himself. Devin Haney, talking, and the Devin Haney people, talking like he bigger than what he is. Okay. Let me just say this too. When you talk about a motherfucker like Shane Mosley was proven to be what he is. So you can say, listen. Floyd fought him when he got older. You can say that. I give you that. But at the same time, when him and Shane was trying to make this fight, because it was happening behind the scenes. You know what happened? Why that fight really didn't happen? Because Shane thought he was bigger than what he was. He thought he was bigger than Floyd. And that's what stopped fights. You got fighters thinking that they're bigger than what they are. And you know, let me tell you something. You know when Shane did fight Floyd, he was kind of nobody at that time. He had a couple of big wins under his belt. But as far as him selling like that, he wasn't really selling like that. He wasn't on the level of Floyd. And you know he took what Floyd gave him? See, you gotta fight niggas and give them what they want. If you think that you can take what they got. You gotta take a pay cut. However you want to look at it. People want to say, okay, that's not fair. Life ain't fair. But you can't go to Tank Davis and say, hey, you take a pay cut to fight me. What? I take a pay cut to fight you? And I sell more than you? And I can go fight somebody that people don't perceive to be as big, and I still can make the same money. Or even more. Yeah, I'm going to make more. Think about it. Tank will make more fighting Shakur. Of course he will. Fight will be big. But Shakur got to understand, Tank don't need him. You need me. You need Tank. Tank don't need you. This is business. And niggas always get mad at Floyd because Floyd set the blueprint for these niggas. But do you think about it? Look how a lot of these niggas taking Floyd blueprint and fucking it up. You know when Floyd went to go fight Oscar? And I always bring this up to all you young fighters. You know what happened when Floyd fought Oscar De La Hoya? Floyd pursued that fight. He wanted that fight. He worked his ass off to get to that fight as well. Right? You know that even though Floyd did a lot of big shit in his life, like at that time, you know he still wasn't bigger than Oscar? He wasn't bigger than Oscar. You know what he did? Oscar gave demands and all that shit. You know, Oscar had all the advantages when they was negotiating. At the end of the day, even when the contract signed, Oscar had everything. He took Floyd. Y'all think Floyd made a lot of money in that fight? He didn't. Not more than Oscar. Even though Oscar lost, he still made way more money than Floyd. Still. He still. Excuse me. He still made more money than Floyd Mayweather. These are facts. And so all your favorite fighters that y'all love and adore, and you mad at Tank or whatever, Tank is the cash cow. He's Oscar De La Hoya right now, nigga. You niggas gotta go and bow down to the ring. And I know a lot of you fighters don't want to hear that, or fans don't want to hear that. You gotta go bow down to the ring. Tank is the guy. You know why David Benavidez don't get no feedback of like niggas calling him out like, oh, you ducking Canelo? Cause David Benavidez said, hey, Alexa, go to YouTube. David Benavidez said, I'll take the
Anthony
lesson.
David Benavidez is an American professional boxer. He has held the World
Alexa,
Boxing Council interim.
Go to YouTube.
Here is YouTube.
The fuck is wrong with you? But anyway, the reason that David Benavidez don't get looked down and shunned on to, like, you know, on that bullshit, is because everybody know that Canelo is ducking him. Everybody know that. Everybody knows that. We know Canelo don't want to fight him. Everybody knows that shit. That's not what the Tank shit. Tank ain't ducking them niggas. Them niggas are outpricing themselves. That's like David Benavidez trying to get a fight with Tank. Trying to get a fight with Canelo, right? And they they overpriced themselves, right? They overpriced themselves, right? Then niggas gonna be looking at them like they stupid, which they should. They look at them, David Benavidez, like he's stupid. Why you outpricing yourself? You say you want to fight. Oh, but when it comes to the black fighter that is the money man, oh no, he ducking. No, nigga. You can't overprice yourself with Tank. You're not doing that. Niggas talking about they got demands and, like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You hear niggas talking about, oh, we not gonna do no rehydration clause with Tank. What? Okay, cool. Cool. You won't get the fight. You big as fuck, and you trying to sit there and fight a 135 pounder. Well, he fought at 140. Even when he fought Mario Barrios, he didn't weigh 160. I heard a motherfucker say, oh, Tank walk, he walk around, he big, like he be like 160. He like a lightweight. You're talking about who Tank used to be. Tank is in shape. He stay in shape now. His weight class is 135. He may walk around with 140, maybe 150. He not 160 walking around no more. He's in shape. He's a professional. He gets it now. You trying to bring up some old shit. No. Right now, Tank walks around about 150 if he ain't training. Well, I say this, if he have training, because he's still training. He's still in the gym to make sure he's still down to a level of weight. He about 150. That's the biggest he get now. Before that, when he wasn't disciplined, Tank walking around, they not lying about it, Tank walking around like 160, 175. He walking around on my type of fucking weight. And he's shorter than me. But he's not doing that now. He's dedicated to the shit. So you bringing up old shit. No, nigga, if you want to fight Tank, nigga, put the rehydration clause in there. If you think you can beat him, beat him. Negotiate, say, look, Tank, look, I don't think I can make 135, man. Come on, man. Give me 140. All right, and give me a rehydration clause to 150. Because you shouldn't be that damn big anyway. At 140. All right, let's fight at 140. Right? But yeah, give me a rehydration clause. I can't get no bigger than 150. Yo, if these dudes really won fights with Tank, they would do the shit that Tank is asking them to do. He is not going to let you get the advantage over him. He is not going to allow you to, force the money. He's not going to allow you to do that. You already know that. But what did David Benavidez tell Canelo? Nigga, I'll do anything you want me to do. I'll fight you. That's why nobody look at David Benavidez a certain type of way. We know Canelo's the scared nigga. He's scared, motherfucker. That's why I got a lot of respect for David Benavidez. And I want him to succeed, and I'm going to support him. Because I know that Canelo is scared of him. But the bad part about it is that Canelo can do whatever the fuck he want to do. Because he in that position. The only difference is with Tank in that type of position is that these dudes are overpricing themselves. Think about this. Everybody that just fought Canelo in the last 5 fights, they didn't outprice themselves. Asking for more, than they want. Because they know you fight Canelo, you got some paper. You got paper. Fucking with Canelo. Win, lose, or draw. You gonna get some paper. That's what Tank is. You fight Tank regardless, you gonna get paper, bro. But what I tell y'all, they spend more energy of clout chasing than worrying about the business of boxing. And that's what's happening. They don't want to fight Tank. They want to keep Tank name. They want to keep mentioning Tank name to promote what they're doing. They don't really want to fight Tank. These are facts, bro. They don't really want to fight him. Because, nigga, if I really want to fight a nigga like Tank, nigga, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to look spectacular, whatever I do. And I'm going to put the pressure on Tank. Like, nigga, I'm calling you out. What's up? Oh, you said, I make this. Okay, I'll make that. I'll take that. And you say, what, 3 million? Okay, I'll take the 3. Because I think I can whip your ass. If I really genuinely think I can whip your ass, I'm going to take what you're going to give me. Because I know once I beat you, I'm going to make way more money. Now you got to understand, the negotiations is different now. Just say you beat a nigga like Tank. The negotiations is different. Now I make more money than you. I make more money than you. And I always keep telling y'all about the Terrence Crawford shit. Terrence is a great fighter. Terrence ain't want to fight Earl Spence no more. He didn't want to fight him. He didn't want to fight him again because he already knew what he did. He knew that one because he said, I thought he hit harder than that. You knew he didn't hit harder than that. I mean, you know he hit harder than that, but you know what happened. And that was the crazy shit about it. But you know he didn't want to fight Earl again. He didn't want to even give him a rematch. You know why? Because he knew he would have lost. These are facts. He didn't want to give him no rematch. And it was in the rematch clause. And I don't even know how the fuck Terrence Crawford pulled that off. But he pulled that off, no rematch. But I think it was mainly because Earl was like, I can't fight at 147, and that's what fucked that up. You know what I mean? That's why I don't think he got the rematch. But that's Earl's fault. And let's be real about Earl Spence. Earl got his ass whipped because Earl did bad negotiation. These are facts. Earl was stupid. There ain't no way a nigga that don't sell like Terrence Crawford come in here and demand something. The way he did, like the way he demanded shit. Cause like I said, put it like this. I put it real talk. You know what I'd have told Terrence Crawford? I say, yo, if you ain't gonna be with my demands and no shit like that, but then nigga go up to 154. Cause I'm ready to go up there. And like I said, it was, if you look at it, the Boots Ennis was right there. I said, nigga, go fight Boots then. I let all these belts go. Them belts don't mean shit, nigga. We talking about legacy. Nigga, you want to make legacy, nigga, you do what I say we gonna do. Earl didn't do that. Earl just kept caring about them damn belts of a legacy. And then he got extorted in a way. He got fucked over. He got fucked over. Like, he fucked himself, put it like that. And that's what happened to Earl. That's why Earl lost that fucking fight. First of all, you don't negotiate with a nigga to set no fight up for almost a whole year. You don't do that. That shit is trash, bro. I'm sorry. I don't understand how Earl Spence did that shit. That shit was trash. And I told you, that's why, a part of why he lost. Fuck you talking about, Earl. Earl Spence lost because Earl Spence sat there and let that dude manipulate terms when he wasn't even big like that. Yeah, he had a name, but was he really business-wise selling like that? No. Fuck out of here. I'd have told Terrence Crawford straight up like this, nigga, you getting about 10 million. I'll take 15 to just give you that 10 million. That's all you getting. And then on the back end, you know what, to do you on some generous shit, right? To show you that I'm real about I can whip your ass. You know what I do? It'd be 55-45 on the back end. But up front, no. You get 10, and I'm getting about 15-20. I knew the shit was fucked up when Terrence Crawford said, yo, we just was behind the scenes talking about family. Nigga, what? Oh, that nigga Terrence Crawford, a smooth criminal. He got that nigga Earl. We behind the scenes talking about family. For what? Fuck we talking about? I respect you and everything like that, but nigga, what the fuck are we talking about? The biggest robbery of a fight is with Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. Terrence Crawford robbed the shit out of Earl Spence. Nigga, you bigger than him. And you let this nigga come in and act like he's on your level. Financially. Nah, fuck all that. You even bigger than him, a little bigger than him on popularity. And you let this nigga come in and negotiate that bullshit that he did. Get the fuck out of here. That's why everything is falling apart for Earl. Lost coach and everything. You don't know when Earl gonna fight or whatever. Like, it's because he knew he fucked up. I love Earl Spence. Got a lot of love for Earl. But, yeah, nigga, you fucked this shit up. You don't let no nigga come in there and then nigga get mad. Listen, and let me tell you something. And the real shit is, ain't no nigga gonna come in there and do that shit to Tank. And that's why them niggas mad. That's why you see all these YouTubers, they keep coming out and they saying all this shit. Because they know Tank ain't gonna allow that. Nigga, you not doing that to Tank. You're not gonna manipulate Tank like that. That's why they mad. The fuck out of here, bro. Well, they're not giving us fights that we want to have. Nigga, this is business too. You're not going to... I don't give a fuck how many champions... Listen, I'm going to tell you this. It ain't a motherfucker in that division that have championships that's going to say... That's going to try to push Tank to act like he's not the A side. You can have 2 championships. You ain't going to push Tank to tell him and his team that he ain't the cash cow. That won't happen. You can't do a Terrence Crawford on him. And that's what they mad at. They mad at Tank because Tank do smart business. And he know who the fuck he is. He know what he worth. Them niggas ain't coming there doing none of that shit. None of them. You ain't pulling no Terrence Crawford on that type of shit he pulled on what's his name? Earl. You ain't pulling that shit on Earl. I mean pulling that shit on Tank that you pulled on Earl. That ain't happening on Tank Watch. You got too many great businessmen around him. That's not happening. Anyway, let's move on.
Who is a tough opposition. Let's not forget, a lot of people had Lemos beating Richardson Hitchens. A lot of people felt that fight was a robbery and Lemos had to move up in weight to fight Richardson Hitchens at 140. So now he's back to his natural weight class, and Keyshawn himself actually chose Lemos against Top Rank Will. Top Rank tried to actually talk Keyshawn out of taking this fight. Keyshawn wanted to prove himself. Keyshawn wants to go straight to the top to show that he's ready for the likes of Tank. So let's see how Keyshawn looks. I mean, Javante.
First of all, how is he trying to show that he's on the level of Tank when he's fighting a dude that's coming off of a loss at 140, and he's not even like somebody at 135 that motherfuckers even know. So how is that? That shit don't even make any sense, bro. But anyway, let's move on.
Javante always laughs at Devin Haney pillow fist and says Shakur doesn't have power. Well, guess what? Keyshawn does have power. He does have skill. He does have speed, IQ, and ring intelligence. So if Keyshawn lives up to...
Let me say this. To break this shit down simple. You notice Tank never talk about them sparrings? You notice he never do? But the niggas that get in the ring with Tank and sparring, they always talk about it. You ever notice that? Why is that? Because that's sparring, nigga. It's sparring. A nigga been in the excuse me, motherfucker been in the ring with Tank and sparring. They think they did something. But Tank looking at it, when Tank spar, he looking at that shit to work on skills. Them niggas getting them sparring shit with Tank to feel how great, how good, you know, how good they skills are. Tank ain't doing that. That's why I said it's a level, it's different levels of this shit. Tank is on this level. Them niggas is down here. They down here. This is bragging about sparring. The fuck out of here, bro. Half of these niggas that, more than half of these niggas that spar Tank can't take his power if they didn't have headgear on or the gloves that they have on. The smaller gloves. They fuck around, get their ass whipped, and they know that. They think they can hang with Tank because he got these big gloves on and they got headgear on. Did you ever notice that any of those niggas never said that Tank power wasn't his power? Even when Rolly came out and said, no, I didn't feel his power like that. But what happened? He got knocked out, didn't he? They blame, oh, Tank power ain't that. Well, okay. Well, why you got caught with the power? So, because no, they like to downplay Tank ring IQ. It's a reason your ass got knocked out. Even if you say, oh, no, his power ain't really like that. Okay, fine. But why you got knocked out, though? And then you blame it on yourself. I fucked up. No, you didn't fuck up. Oh, okay, blame it on that. All right, cool. You fucked up. You know why you got knocked out? Because he got ring IQ. He got skills. That's why. He's more skilled than you. You like to downplay his skill level and then try to act like, oh, his power ain't really like that. He caught you with the power, didn't he? He hurt you, didn't he? I keep telling y'all even about the Pitbull Crew shit. If Tank didn't fuck his hand up, he'd have knocked out Pitbull Cruz. He was hurting Pitbull. You can't take that type of punishment for that long. I don't give a fuck how strong and who Pitbull Cruz was. He couldn't take that power like that. Excuse me. I watched that fight over and over again. I said, yo, about the 6-something round, I said, oh, this nigga Tangerig knock his ass out. And then Tank got, at the time you don't know, Tank hurt his hand. And everybody look at that Pitbull Cruz fight. Well, Pitbull Cruz did what he did. He went all around. Let me say something to you. And I want y'all to be very, very clear about this. You keep acting like Pitbull Cruz was his main fight, the fighter that he prepared for. His team prepared for. They didn't prepare for him. He was a fill-in. So imagine Tank prepare for him. He gonna hurt that nigga. He might let that nigga look worse than what he look. I mean, worse than y'all think he would look. And then motherfuckers like, oh, Tank came out and said, hey, no, I don't want to fight him no more. The reason why Tank said that was because of simple fact. Tank is not used to a nigga that throw the volume that Pitbull Cruz throw. Right? But understand, you're talking to a young Tank too. You talk an older Tank, he'll fight him again and beat dog shit out of him. You asking a Tank nigga that fought that got ready for him for 3 to 4 months. 3 to 4 months. He didn't even have that with Pitbull Cruz. And he still did what he did to Pitbull Cruz. Yo, come on, man. Stop, man. You got to prepare for dudes. You can't play around with dudes like niggas got skills. Pitbull got skills. And if you ain't prepared for a dude that bring a certain type of skill set, hey, man. People keep forgetting about that fight with Pitbull. They want to give people all the credit in the world. He don't really get that much credit like that. Tank didn't prepare for him for months. Tank did not prepare for him. He prepared for Rolly. And then what happened? Then Rolly, he fight Rolly. What did he do to Rolly? He knocked his ass out. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, Pitbull would throw more punches and shit like that. But Tank would have knew, hey, man, this thing got a chin. You got to do certain shit, hit him a certain type of way. They would plan for it. They didn't really plan for this dude. That's why fighting Pitbull at that time was very risky. That's probably the most risky fight that Tank ever had. Ever. And it was very scary. Gotta look back at it now, I'm like, yo, he didn't even prepare for this dude. And he did what he did. That's why Tank was like, fight him for what? Like, I beat him. And Tank was shocked that he won too a little bit too. It was like, damn, I beat him. Because this dude, he didn't prepare for him. And this dude did some shit that he wouldn't normally would do if Tank prepared for him. Nobody gives Tank credit for that. You got a dude like Pitbull Cruz that you don't prepare for, and he does what he does, and then you don't give Tank no credit for that. That's why when Yo was talking about that shit was like, oh, well, they was not you know, they talk about Tank, they be like, oh, Tank he ain't doing this shit, the such. Like, yo, the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? There's only 2 fights that Tank ain't knocking nigga out. 2. One in his early career when he was young, and that's understandable. And then the second shit that he never knocked the nigga out after that was because of some effect he couldn't plan for Pitbull Cruz like they supposed to plan for him. Why you always thought that Coach Calvin kept saying, nigga, we want Pitbull Cruz back? Because he was basically saying, if we prepare for him, we will fuck him up. Because they watched that fight like I watched it. Tank could have knocked him out. That's why Coach Calvin was like, yeah, we want that fight again. To prove to y'all, that motherfucker wasn't on Tank level. Yeah, he a great fight. He good. You know, he good. But he ain't on Tank level. Tank would have fucked him up. I'm going to tell y'all something real that a lot of y'all didn't know. The Tank, that was his second option. It wasn't Shakur. It wasn't none of them niggas. None of them. Devin ain't none of these fugazi ass niggas. He wanted to fight Loma. Loma turned it down. So when, all right, then Pitbull had to fight. He was like, all right, let's get the Pitbull. All right, so Pitbull lost to the dude or whatever. That fucked the plans up. Shakur was never in the conversation really like that. Right? He just wasn't. Right? But when Tank fought Frank Martin and he won against Frank, he was saying, hey, you know what? I wanna, out of that, I wanna fight Loma. And Loma turned that shit down. Nigga, his next shit was Pitbull Cruz. But he knew Pitbull Cruz was coming up with another fight. And so Pitbull fought and he lost. If Pitbull would have won, Tank would have fought him. That would have been the next fight for Tank. But Pitbull lost. And that would have been a huge fight if Pitbull wouldn't have lost. Because he went on a spree of beating people. But when he lost to that dude, it fucked everything up. Shakur wasn't even, like, nobody was even talking about Shakur. I know this for a fact. And Tank Camp, the people I know, they wasn't even talking about Shakur. Shakur wasn't even second on that level. On what Tank wanted. Shakur maybe was like third or fourth or something maybe. But nigga, to make that money, everything that comes with that, if Pitbull would have won, Tank would have moved up to 140 to fight him. Excuse me. These are facts. But buying Pitbull lost? Nah. It was like, yo, Pitbull just fucked the money up. He just fucked the money up. He fucked the bag up. And y'all sit there and y'all keep acting like Tank's supposed to sit there and fight niggas that fuck bags up. This shit is about money, bro. If that's the case, y'all just want these niggas to fight, well, they shouldn't be talking about money. Money shouldn't matter. But money do matter. Brands and shit. It matters. The fuck you talking about? Oh, Tank should just fight him. No, nigga, you don't fight a nigga if they don't bring nothing to the table. Sorry. And you think, and you fighters, I want to say to these young fighters, y'all like to consistently come out and disrespect the people that got they on top and they got the money. You think disrespecting them gonna get you that fight? Canelo already proved to you that shit don't work. And that's not gonna happen with Tank either. Tank fight whoever he wanna fight. That's why Gary Russell Jr. ain't getting no fight. Why is that? You think it's just Tank scared of Gary Russell Jr.? No, he's not scared of Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. fucked that money up. Talking too much, disrespecting too much. You don't get no fight, nigga. And like he said, and a lot of them say, it's a situation between Baltimore niggas and DC niggas where there's some tension there. So you playing with Tank like that? Nah, bro. You don't get no fight with Tank. Ain't nobody ducking Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. don't bring shit to the table other than running his mouth. Let's be real. Is Gary Russell Jr. bringing more? Unless you fighting in D.C., Virginia, or Maryland, that fight ain't that big. Outside of that, it ain't that big. You know why? Because of Gary Russell Jr. He done fucked up the shit. Promoters don't even want to fuck with him. Let me say this to his brother, Antoine Russell Jr. Don't keep listening to your brother, man. Your brother got blackballed from the sport of boxing. He can't fight nobody. Nobody want to fuck with him or fight him, period. He fight if he do fight, he'll fight a no name. He ain't fighting nobody with a name, bro. Please don't let that dude fuck your career up. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We're right back. All right, people, we're back from a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get a live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. Need more information to subscribe. It's down there, scrolling below the screen. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Excuse me. Excuse me. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building, and make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. But yeah, man, don't let these motherfuckers fuck you up. They're not really like that. Like, and I'm not saying they ain't like that because they ain't tough or nothing like that. I'm just talking about these motherfuckers are trying to get fights and they're not worthy of it, and they overprice themselves. You can't do that with somebody like Tank. You're not doing that. And I might get some feedback. Motherfuckers be like, oh, you just dick riding Tank. Okay, cool. Call it whatever you want. But tell me if I'm wrong. You don't know these motherfuckers. Gary Russell Jr. talking all that shit he want to talk. He ain't getting no fight. Number one, you too disrespectful. Then number two is that, nigga, ain't no promoters fucking with you. That's why you blackballed from the sport. When Gary Russell Jr. has fought. And then, like I said, if Gary Russell Jr. fight the day of tomorrow, he gonna fight in some little event where he ain't generating no money like that. What promoters really want to fuck with him? Like, real shit. Like, people don't be real about that shit. But anyway, let's move on.
Lives up to his potential. He has the entire package. Surely Gervonta is not going to have a problem fighting him then, especially when Gervonta always laughs at the fighters who don't have power but have skill, the likes of Shakur and Devin. Well, Keyshawn does have power. He does have confidence. He has street credibility. He has street history. And he's at 135.
But he don't sell. You notice he never mentioned that, do he? All that shit he talked about, Tank got all that. He said that Keyshawn got all that, but Keyshawn Davis don't sell. Never mentioned that though, do he? All the skills, all that shit, whatever. Do he sell? You notice the Devin Haney's dick rider dudes that's hate Tank so much, they never bring that up. What is he selling? You asking, first of all, you're asking a nigga like Tank on a certain level to fight a nigga that ain't never sold on pay-per-view. It's like even with Shakur. Like, Shakur's not even on Tank level. Right? Like, nigga, all your skills is what they is. You got a little name. Fight on pay-per-view. We need a pay-per-view fight. You don't even, listen, Devin Haney make more sense than any of them niggas. Devin Haney actually fought on pay-per-view. Not none of them niggas. That he's dick riding. All these dudes he's dick riding and think they can beat Tank. Nigga, they don't sell, they ain't did a pay-per-view. How the fuck, yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Oh, Tank supposed to give y'all niggas something. For what? You don't even sell. We're talking about Tank Davis here, the biggest star in the business of boxing. One of the biggest. Or you can say he is the business. What? These niggas can't sell. You want Tank to build their career up. For what? And they don't want to take a pay cut. They don't want to do nothing. And then, like I said, fighting Keyshawn Davis is not a good business move. He don't sell. All right, you got your little 10,000 on a Friday. You don't even got no paper. You don't got no resume. Your resume is trash. They talk about Tank resume. What is these niggas' resume? It's trash. Listen, the only person that Tank, if you want to push for Tank to fight, and I still debate you on that, but let's just say you push that. It's Devin Haney. Shakur and the rest of them niggas, they ain't got no resume, bro. Niggas say, well, how you fight Frank Martin? How you fight, he get ready to fight Lamont Roach. Tank get ready to make them stars. And don't get it twisted about Lamont Roach. I believe Lamont Roach could get in Keyshawn Davis' ass right now. Right now. He might even beat Keyshawn Davis. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, bro? These dudes ain't proved shit. And you pushing these dudes like Keyshawn Davis to fight Tank for what? They ain't proved shit. But, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. The reason you push these goofy ass niggas, no, my bad. Because some of you think that Tank Davis ain't proved nothing, but he make more money than all of y'all. He's the biggest star. He's one of the biggest stars in boxing. He's not top 3. He's top 2. Him and Canelo. That's where he at. And you niggas acting like he ain't nobody. He's supposed to give these niggas opportunities. For what? You don't make him no money? Them niggas, your favorite fighter ain't putting in the work. Or they outpricing themselves. So what the fuck you want Tank to do? Oh, just give them the opportunity and Tank let them do what they want to do. That ain't how that shit works. Listen, nigga, y'all niggas is, some of you YouTube niggas is trash. You just straight up trash. Tank's supposed to give these niggas all they want to prove to you that he ain't scared of these niggas. Let me just say this. I ain't giving, if I'm on a certain level, I'm not giving you an opportunity. If you don't bring shit to nothing or you don't take what I give you. That's how that goes with Tank. I need all the hater motherfuckers, YouTube channel, this goofy nigga right here as well. Understand something about Tank, and I want you to understand this very, very clearly. Tank ain't obligated to give you what you want. Or your favorite fighter. He's not obligated to do that. Your fighter is, you know what your fighter is to do? Is they are obligated to fight Tank on whatever he said it is. Your fighter ain't shit. Like I said, you take Tank name out of their mouth, they ain't shit. They still doing what they doing. You say this Tank, oh, he ain't fighting nobody. Who your favorite fighter is fighting? I'm sorry, who is Devin Haney fighting? I'll wait, nobody. He ain't fighting nobody this year. Shakur Stevenson, he was supposed to fight a nobody. And he got hurt. And now he might get ready to fight Cepeda or whatever. Okay, I give him props for that. Well, a little props for that. Okay, cool. But outside of regular boxing motherfuckers, do anybody know Cepeda? I know he got a belt. But do anybody know him? No, they don't know that motherfucker. Stop it. Talk about Keyshawn Davis. He got 3 fights. 11 fights. He got 11 fucking fights. Who the fuck he fought? Who? For you to be acting like, oh, because he called out Tank, he should be fighting Tank. What? You got 11 fights, bro. And I look down your resume. Your resume, and they acting like Tank's supposed to be fighting these niggas. Like, that resume is, like, Keyshawn Davis' resume is great. I don't give a fuck how skilled he is and how good he is. He got to prove that. He got 11 fights, bro. Why would you think that he should be fighting Tank? With 11 fights. Keyshawn Davis got 11 fights. Why the fuck do you think he should be fighting Tank Davis? That is the guy. Are you stupid? Oh, no, it's his skills. So? I don't give a fuck how great his skills is. When Tank was fighting 11 fights, he shouldn't have been in the ring with a lot of motherfuckers. And he didn't. Because he wasn't ready. I'll move on, man. I'm out, man. These people that disrespect Tank the way they do, they out of pocket, bro. You talking about niggas that ain't even on Tank level. Period. I don't even know why y'all motherfuckers support dudes that disrespect Tank. They're not on this level. Oh, he ducking, he's scared and all this other shit. Yeah, all right. You say all that shit all you want. But like I said, what asses they put in the seats? Huh? Why are these niggas fighting on Fridays? They ain't got no pay-per-views, but somehow they supposed to be fighting Tank. You can't fight Tank, nigga. Sorry. Keyshawn Davis, you can't fight Tank. You ain't worthy for that. I don't give a fuck all these niggas on, these bitch ass niggas on YouTube do. Hating ass niggas. I don't give a fuck what they say. You ain't worthy to fight Tank. You ain't even on that level. Keep fighting. You got 11 fights, nigga. Keep fighting, nigga. You got a 12th fight coming up. Fight that nigga. Fuck you talking about. I don't give a fuck how much you think your skills like that, nigga. You ain't even on that level. And you ain't fought nobody. I know, like I say, Tank ain't fought nobody, but you definitely ain't fought nobody. How the fuck you supposed to fight Tank and you ain't fought no? He trying to act like who Keyshawn Davis fought was more of a competition than over Tank shit. Are you serious? He fought one of Tank leftovers that Tank beat the shit out of. What are you talking about? You fight an older version of that. But these niggas coming out here saying that shit. And then in this last fight, he looked at average. Yeah, I'm out, man. Love y'all. Peace and love to the world, man. You motherfuckers is trash. They even think that about Tank.